Grand rising loungers. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Listen, guys, you guys hit the like button and make sure that you guys come ahead and subscribe so that you always know when a chick is live, okay? We're going to go ahead and get all this sector stuff out of our system, get all this stuff out the way, okay, right now, like out of the way, because we are not going to keep going back and forth with this. There's a lot of other stuff going on. I did want to do a video on Jonathan Majors and all the stuff happening with him as well, okay? So we are going to do all that separate, but honey, this chick is not going to say that, she doesn't have, these other kids out here and, people are just making this stuff up, okay? So what we're going to do is I was able to find Daryl Moore's video where he did actually, in fact, interview the grandmother of one of Breaking the Culture's children, okay? And she actually speaks on the fact that she has full custody of Breaking the Culture's child. She speaks on the older child as well. And we're going to go deep and dive into this and listen to this video and analyze this, okay? And see who's lying, okay? Who's making up this stuff? Who's, don't know what they're talking about, who's doing what. We're going to go ahead and do all of that stuff today, okay? Now, shout out to everybody who is in the building. Again, make sure that you guys do hit the like button on the way in. And we are going to get right into these topics, guys, because this is crazy. But again, I don't want to keep this all going and going back and forth and keep doing all this. We're going to go ahead and get all this out the way now, okay? Everybody can see it. I'll keep it up for a few days, and then we're going to go ahead and private it, and then, put it behind members only, and then we'll go ahead and just go from there, okay? And like I said, everybody can see for themselves what's really going on. I don't have to see. The thing about us here at the lounge, right? We actually provide receipts. We don't go and just say, take my word for it. I said it, just believe me, right? No, we have receipts that we can provide. We can go and dive down into, the archives and pick up some stuff and show people exactly what's going on and what's being said, okay? So, we don't just say stuff just off the top of our head because we just feel like it or because we're just mad. No. We actually have facts and actual evidence for why we come to the conclusions that we do, okay? So a while ago, I had heard about what was going on with Breaking the Culture's children. And I didn't believe the story. It took a long time for me to come around with that. I didn't believe the story. I was like, y'all going to have to come with some more evidence of this because this girl is denying what you're saying. Okay. I can only take her word for it. If she's saying it's not true, then, she's saying it's not true. And, by the end of it all, I ended up saying to the people that were telling me about it, listen, it's going to take like a movement from God for me to believe this story. Okay. Like it's going to take like me hearing from the actual grandparents or something like that for me to actually believe this story. Well, long and behold, that ended up happening. And it was like probably about a week later, maybe a week or two later that I said that I actually heard this actual story. Okay. And you guys are going to hear it today. If you have not heard it, you are going to hear it today. Make sure you guys do go over and subscribe to Daryl Moore's channel. I will put a link to his channel in the description box so you can go over there. I will also put a link to this video in the description box as well, so you can go over and check out the full video in its entirety. But today we're going to kind of break down some of the things that are being said because, like I said, when I heard this video, my stance with breaking the culture and everything that we were doing really changed. Okay. I mean, it really, really changed from this video. It did. I was already feeling leery about her, but when this happened, it really, really did change the dynamic of the relationship. Okay. And it went downhill from there. So we're going to go ahead and play that video. And I want you guys to fully understand why this chick cannot be giving anybody parenting advice here on YouTube. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get into these topics right now. All right, guys. Okay, guys. So let me go ahead and let's go. Hey, TMK, I appreciate you. And damn my opinion, I appreciate you as well. You said too early for Miller High Life. Nope. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Just don't be drinking and driving, okay? But I damn sure ain't gonna be drinking with you. I got some water this morning, okay? And that's what we doing this morning, okay? Make sure y'all get y'all some alkaline water or something like that if you are going to be taking shots, okay? I know that this is going to be very heavy, and I'm going to say that, okay? This video is a very heavy video. It is not fun and games. It is not poke, poke, joke, joke at all. It is a grandmother who is struggling with somebody's children, okay? Or somebody's child, or, you know, at least I'll let her tell you guys the story if you haven't heard the story. Now, there's many of the people in the sector who have heard this story. Some people have ventured over to Daryl Moore and have listened to what's going on over there. Others have not, especially some newer people who have not been around, or newer people who aren't aware of who Daryl Moore is or how to get a hold of these people or how to get there, right? So when you only hear one side of the story, it kind of makes a difference on how that story is presented or how you feel about the story when the story is presented. But what I'm going to do is I am going to play that story for you guys today, okay? Because, like I said, this is pretty heart-wrenching, and it was really disgusting, the stuff that I heard this woman say. Because for one, if you're, giving out all this advice about kids and, and talking about children and all this other stuff, you should be at least in their lives, right? That's the least you can expect from a parent who's giving out advice on other people. The least you would expect is for them to be fully in the lives of their kids, okay? And it's clear now that she's not. And we're going to go ahead and play this. And again, this is under the guise of fair use. So let me go ahead and put up my fair use banner. And then we're going to go ahead and play the actual audio of Breaking the Culture's child's grandmother actually giving testimony of the fact that she is, in fact, raising Breaking the Culture's child. Okay. And I'm going to mute now and I'm going to play portions of the video. We will be stopping and going and kind of commenting on the video as we go along. Okay. But again, fair. Okay, have your seat. This is Darry Moore who's on the line. he's the leader of our anti-church fraud group. Bear with me, guys. It's going kind of slow, so just bear with me just a second.
How you doing?
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm sorry we had to meet under these conditions.
Guys, this is like skipping and all kinds of stuff, so bear with it, okay? Hey, Steph Collins and Miss Murph, I appreciate y'all.
Go ahead.
What is the anti-fraud church group?
Well, we expose preachers and people in the church that are doing corrupt stuff, and we kind of investigate them. People like this committing fraud, taking money, not paying taxes, sex scandals. You can just imagine anything that you can think of, like organized crime. That's kind of what we be investigating.
Anything that like they're trying to, lie out of their followers or parishioners, try to get more money out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But you are you state police? You know, if this continues, I'm gonna pull up my other computer.
Oh, we all believe in God.
If this continues, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna play this from a different device. Okay, so bear with me one moment while I pull that up. I'll just play a quick timer for y'all because I have no idea why this keeps happening on this laptop, but I'm going to stop doing that on this laptop and just use my Mac when I'm doing this. But right now, I'm going to just play this from a different device. So bear with me one moment. Let me play a quick timer while I pull that up for you guys, okay? All right, guys. Okay, I've got it up now. So we're going to go ahead and start this again. Okay, bear with me just a moment. It's only 17 seconds in. So let's go ahead and go.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm sorry we had to meet under these conditions.
So I got Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear everything. Hey, beautiful Bernice, I appreciate you.
Them, people like this committing fraud, taking money, not paying taxes, sex scandals. You can just imagine anything.
Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear.
That's kind of what we be investigating.
Anything that like they're trying to
put a two if you can. Oh, okay, you can hear. Okay, good. All right, good.
Trying to get more money out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for the ones that just came in, let me give you guys a little bit of background. So right now, Darryl Moore and Let Me See Your Transcript are interviewing a grandparent of Breaking the Culture of Silence's children that Breaking the Culture claims to the public she doesn't have and don't exist. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this interview.
But are you faith believers or not?
Oh, we all believe in God. That's why we be on them so hard. Yeah, that's why we give them hell.
Well, that was something to clear up. Now.
Yes, child. Y'all listen to this.
For me, but if I give you any information.
And y'all need to sit back and relax because this video is a good hour and 39 minutes long. And we're going to stop and kind of go as we go along. But I do want you guys to hear the video. Like, I'm going to give you guys a chunk of this to hear a lot of stuff this lady is saying. And also, I want you to hear what she's saying right now. So pay close attention to what she's about to say, because that's important to understand, her credibility. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish this out.
From my dealings with her, where would this go? How far is this going? What did you do with this information?
Well, we're not going to reveal your name at all. That's why we want to talk to you in private, away from the internet, because the last thing we want to do is jeopardize, like you said, you've been raising your grandson and staying out of the way. And when we spoke to Bishop Cousins, about all the lies that she's been telling on people, because she's left bodies everywhere she's gone. She's just caused chaos and all kinds of hell everywhere she's gone. And he said, that's how we found out about you. He said, go look at the court case and reach out to her, and she probably could tell you more than I could about her dealings, because she dealt with her longer than I have. And I was like, okay. So we contacted you, and you reached back to us. So we were just trying to find out, because she's been telling so many lies. And the main lie she's been out there telling, that she got pregnant by your son and it was a result of rape. And I just don't believe that, because there's no criminal record. There's no criminal record, and there's no arrest record or anything. There's no arrest records or nothing.
So Breaking the Culture has told the church sector, which was when she was cool with Let Me See Your Transcript and Darryl Moore, that she was sex abused by a man and conceived a child by that man. Okay, this is the story that she told them. Now, keep in mind all this visceral that she has towards Let Me See Your Transcript now, because of all the information that Let Me See Your Transcript could really reveal about Breaking the Culture to this sector. Okay, but she hasn't done that. It's Breaking the Culture that keeps saying she has all these receipts on Let Me See Your Transcript and hasn't dropped a single one, not yet. And this is the reason why. So let's go ahead and continue.
I said that I wasn't going to mention.
Or I'll say this. This is part of the reason why. Okay, but let's continue.
Mm-hmm. And he was the one that said, Mom, I think they just want to get her out of here. Let's go ahead and talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to think about why I called, really.
Okay.
Because for me, it's a bunch of nonsense.
Right.
And for my grandson, he's happy. He says people say, praise is good. It's good happy. And that's how I wanted to say. I mean, if she wasn't so detrimental, I would allow business. But I'm afraid to give her business because an adult can untie her. So we don't even talk about her. In fact, we found out about her last year when we decided to tell her.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry.
How it, so he my first priority. You know, I don't never want him or his name drug across the road or none of that.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, I mean, how did was he okay when he found out? Because I know that had to be upsetting to him to find out like that.
His brain pondered for that quarter and for the remaining quarter. I mean, you know, I had like a little bow on her, so I was able to, I took some of her pictures off pictures for her. Mm-hmm. And I was able to see her, and I was some very beautiful pictures on here, so I wanted her a good picture. Mm-hmm. And then I let him talk to the man who was raising him first, who she left him with at he was born, which was Michael Henderson. Michael Henderson was raising him from the time he got home from the hospital to like 6 months.
So who's Michael Henderson? That's the person that was raising?
So,
he was
Bombay, you'll have to go over to his channel and see the video if you don't know who they're talking about. Okay. But they're definitely talking about breaking the culture. And he made that very clear on this video. So you can continue to listen, or you're welcome to go and click that link. But I'll put a link to it in the description box in a second.
When Andrea got pregnant by my son, mm-hmm. My son was in college at the time. Mm-hmm. And she told him that it was his baby, and then a few weeks or a few months later, she told him that it wasn't his baby.
Oh, wow.
So I had a good talk with him about the condoms and all of that. Mm-hmm. Learn from your lesson. Mm-hmm. And so she put the baby on Michael Henderson he's like an undertaker. He works for
Jordan Finhall.
He's older than my son. He's older than my son and Andrea, but he made good money. So I think he felt like I'll put the baby on him, mm-hmm. and he'll be better off over there. Or if I go over child support, I'll be better off supporting him. Mm-hmm. With my age lesson in school. Mm-hmm. So for a good portion of the time, Mike had the baby, and the reason why we found out about the baby was Mike had met my son, prior to the baby being born.
Also, keep in mind, she does mention her name in the video, and her name is Andrea. We know her as Breaking the Culture of Silence, but her name is Andrea Garrison. Okay, so that is what y'all need to hear too. So just give it a moment. This is, like I said, this video is about a good hour and 39 minutes long. So.
And after having a baby for 6 months or so, the paternity test came back. Mm-hmm. When it came back from Mike, this is what Mike told me. This is personal what he told me. Mm-hmm. When the paternity test came back negative, the reason why he took the paternity test because he was going for custody of what he thought was his child. Mm-hmm. And so when he took the paternity test, and you have to have that in order to get custody, it came back negative. Mm-hmm. So that's the point that he called Drea and told her that she needs to come and get the child. At that point, she told him that she was going to put the child up for adoption. Mm-hmm. Mike told, there's this, her name is Stephanie, that's her name. There's this Caucasian woman named Stephanie that Andrea was going around saying it was her mother, and I thought it was her mother time. And she had a sister named Dee. Stephanie started named Dee, but her Andrea looked just alike. So I thought that it was her, maybe her foster mother, but it turned out later on it was her foster mother. But anyway, Stephanie knew my son because they worked together at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. So when Mike told Stephanie that he was going to get Dre was going to put the baby up for adoption, just one second. Mm-hmm.
Now, That's her name, right? Y'all heard her name, right? She said Drea. I know her as Drea. I know her as Andrea, as Drea, okay? Y'all know her as Breaking the Culture of Silence. Her name is Andrea. So you heard her say Drea. So now we've got that mystery out the way. Let's go ahead and continue, y'all.
So, Stephanie is okay.
So you said Stephanie wasn't the real mama of the friend?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
Okay.
That connection is kind of rough.
They end up clearing up the connection.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So,
no problem.
So who is Stephanie again? You
So,
said Stephanie was her.
According to Breaking Black Abe, she claims that she is, I think she said she's like 33 or 34, but that's questionable because of how old these kids are. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep that going. Let's go ahead and continue. And I was told this in the past too, that I also vouched for her on. I did not think she would be lying about her age until I learned about these kids. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going.
Turned out to be a friend of her friend's mother. So, but I can tell you all about that. I think turned out to be her friend's mother, which the whole time I thought she was her mother or a foster mother because I knew from my son, my son and her grew up in high school. Mm-hmm. Okay. Although I never met her, my son would come home and talk about this young woman and a baby. But she has a son that's older than my grandson. His name's Aiden. And Aiden lives with his great-grandmother because the great-grandmother had helped her grandson get custody, and then he ended up running off leaving that baby with his grandmother. So this baby is older than Junior. He would be about 14 right now.
So she has another child older than your grandson?
Now keep in mind this interview was done in 2021. So this was like 2 years ago, guys, when Aiden, which is older than the grandson that she's raising, was 14. So that means he's 16 now. Okay. So if she's 33, I mean, it's possible to have a 16-year-old, but that would mean she was pretty young when she had that kid. But let's go ahead and keep going.
Yeah, I met Aiden. I met him when he was little. Wait, so Aiden is Andrea's older? His name is Aiden Montgomery.
So you got that's
Andrea's older son? That's the firstborn child. Oh.
So we thought your grandson was the oldest. So it's another one older.
Thought so. No.
Oh God.
When she was coming to high school, my son and her was platonic friends at the time. They didn't get together until he went to college. And I guess they were friends for benefits, shouldn't say. And then when she got pregnant, she didn't know who she was pregnant at. So at this time, she's working with Michael. He's working with Bishop Cousins, but I don't know that yet. And he's working with my son.
Oh, my God.
She put it on my son originally, and put it on Michael. Took it off of Bishop Cousins, because at the time, Bishop Cousins had a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where we at now? So anyway.
Child, this is so much. This is so much tea, right? I had to, when I first heard this video, I'm telling you, I had to like stop and rewind it a couple times so I could just really hear what that woman said, you know? Like I really was shocked. And I confronted Breaking about all this. I really did. I personally confronted her and asked her to tell me the truth. Like, what, you know, and I did see the tattoo. She's got a tattoo of Aiden on her body. I saw that tattoo. I asked her about it, and she claimed it was her nephew or some shit, or her brother, somebody that died. That's what she said. So, I had no choice but to believe her until I just kept, I just, oh my God. Y'all can understand now why I backed away from this woman, okay? Because this is real, okay? I don't have to make shit up about her. I don't have to lie about stuff about breaking the culture. At the end of the day, this woman is a treacherous, lying demon, okay? Who literally abandoned two of her children. And then she has the nerve to parade around some Jewish man who's fucking her in another room while her other two kids, and the only reason that she has them around is because their father's a military man. I want y'all to finish. We're going to finish this video, okay? Because I want you guys to get really the gist of what is going on with breaking the culture. But first, I'm going to hit a timer because I need y'all to hit that like button. We're going to go ahead and do a 30-second timer. All right, guys, let's go ahead and keep this going. I know this is a lot.
Just like 80 years old. Grandma was 80 years old, so I'm not sure what the status is with her at this moment and with the child. But I know she had been left by her grandson to raise her great grandson by herself. So that's the next get a little bit down.
Exactly, Black Abe. That's the story that she tells us, right? And her child, the children that live with her, the one is 13 now. Well, he's 12, and the daughter is 9. Okay. So these other two children are 16 and 14 now. Okay. So let's go ahead. I want you guys to hear the story. I'm not going to tell the story for her. Okay. I want you guys to hear it so that you can hear for yourself what this woman is saying. And you might have to rewind to the beginning, Black Abe, when she first started talking, because then you can get the understanding of how she came into this woman's life, how she knows her. All of that stuff was explained. So if you weren't here for that, you might have to rewind it. Okay. I'm not going to keep stopping and answering questions. Not those questions.
Anyway, so
because those questions have been answered.
After Michael tells Stephanie that Andrea's going to get a baby up for adoption, Stephanie said, "No, I know who father is." They happen to like my Stephanie.
Okay, no problem.
Mimi,
I appreciate you coming in the building, though.
They knew my son. In fact, he was living in the same building. No, he was living at the time. He didn't live today. He lived in the later. And because he was home from college. And Stephanie is the one that initially told my son about his son because the baby was supposed to be given up for adoption. So I come home from work. So basically, my son goes from a college student to a father overnight. One day. So I come home from work, and I'm at the grandma because I come in, my son got this baby at my back table. I'm like, oh, wow, he got the baby? Okay. I stayed to the house. So the baby looks just like my son the day I brought my son home from high school. So even though I was in high school, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. You said, baby was looking like my son. I called Daddy over like, baby, this baby looks like you. And you need to get over here. And
now, I will say this. If she is, if this kid that she's talking about is 14, it's possible that she would have had that kid in college, right? That is very possible. And then it's also because that's the age, if this is the age she is now, and the kid is 14 and she's 34, then she would have been 20. And that would, yeah, she would have been in college. I have a 20-year-old in college, right? So, yes, that's very possible to have a child in college, right? And then right before that, to have a child at 18 also makes sense. So 18 and 20 would make very good sense to having children. So that would put her right in the age range of these kids. Like, honestly, if that is her actual age. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. We can vouch for that at least. So breaking it, she can't be lying about her age.
And he makes some beautiful kids. I think he's so beautiful.
And she does have beautiful children.
I don't have 4 of my own kids. I'm divorced. I got 2 twins. I got 2 sons. So, you know, I'm not really trying to raise somebody else's kid, but I'm going to help out. You know, I'm going to help my son, support my son, and help out. So the whole idea was she was telling me that she was going to school and she was working. So at that point, I told my son, I said, well, I don't know what you're going to do about college because you a man now, you have to stay here and you need to help her. We got to help her. So I called the babysitter that used to keep my kids. You know, I said, I just maintain. And I said, well, the least we can do is get it back to school to the daycare and so about 3 weeks of that goes on, but we don't have no daycare vouchers. We don't have no daycare vouchers. So my son is sitting around the house, and I'm like, yeah, continue to sit around the house. You got to find to work. So I come up Freya, and I asked her, this is when I discovered that she didn't want her child. So I asked her on several different phone calls, did she have doctors? She's looking down, she has a doctor. Then it got to the point where, you know, when you're going to be home, or you're going to be home today, tomorrow, whatever. It got to the point where, you know, I'm not be home, just put them in the mailbox, you know. Then it got to the point where it was like, you know what, I know she's young, and young people, you know, some of them just don't have it. So, you know, I told her, like, if you don't have the vouchers, it's okay to submit to me that you don't have them. I'll pick you up. I'll pick you downtown. You can fill out the paperwork and get the vouchers, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, no, I got the vouchers, et cetera. So I'm like, okay, well, if you don't put them in the mailbox, you know, by this stage, then we're going to have to forget it. So I came home from work. It was like, you know, outside. And I didn't see the doctors. I waited 2 more days, and I called her, and I said, Freya, you don't have to come and get the baby because we all have to work around here, so I ain't got to find a doctor. And honey, she went, you old bitch. And she called me about the name. And that's when I was like, oh.
Hey, Riz.
Oh, but she wants this baby. Like,
you see how she switched up? When shit wasn't going her way? That sounds very familiar.
So at that point, she just disappeared. Right?
She abandoned the baby?
Imagine we haven't seen her since she dropped the baby off. That's why I'm asking for vouchers, because we don't help you. Okay, can I ask a question? Miss Biggs? So you said Mike, okay, so Stephanie told, Stephanie heard from Michael, and he was trying to get the baby back to Andrea because he thought it was a kid. That's right. So Stephanie told her son. That's right. And then Andrea brought the baby over to your house where your son was. I don't know where he got the baby from. I know they met from somewhere, and this baby ended up in my house.
When you got
okay, so I don't know if y'all heard that. So let me stop that real quick. So what she said was she's not sure how her son acquired the baby. Okay, all she knows is he met her somewhere. Andrea dropped the baby off to him. Okay, telling him it was his child, and the other woman was trying to tell him, that ain't your child. We don't know who this baby's child is, or whatever. Either way, it did turn out to be his son. But let's go ahead and keep this going.
I want you to have to get physical custody and legal custody.
I'm gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
So after she disappeared for like a year and a half, she
was gone for a year.
Yeah, I don't have at this point. I don't have no birth certificate.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's not this Stephanie. It is not Stephanie Collins. We are talking about a Stephanie, but it is not Stephanie Collins, okay, which is one of my favorite loungers, one of my long-standing loungers as well. Shout out to all the loungers, okay? I do want to say this. Vici was recognized yesterday as one of the longest-standing loungers in here. Also, Samba, and there was somebody else, too. It was somebody else, but I got to go in there and look at it. But shout out to all of the long-standing members here. Truly appreciate you guys in the building. Let's go ahead and keep going with this hot tea, okay, honey?
Baby to the doctor.
Right. Jesus Christ.
And like I said, I'm like 14 years, so I'm trying to mind my business.
Hit that like button, guys. Hit the like.
Right.
Or the dislike. It doesn't matter. You know what? Not Stephanie or Stefan Gaetano either.
So in between, this was a kicker. In between us having this baby, she would call us from different numbers. You know, I think at the time he had started some internet numbers. And now she would call us, or she would send a text message to us back. And in the text message, she would say, there's a Amber Alert out for Michael Henderson Jr. That's it. That was his name at the time. And the first time she did it,
so her son, the oldest son's name is Aiden Montgomery. The second son's name is Michael. Well, she said the name, but she changed his last name. The last name is not the same, but that's his name. Okay, so she has a son named Aiden and a son named Michael.
I had the baby in the back seat, and I was running errands, and I said, it's an Amber Alert from Michael Henderson Jr. So I said, well, what's going on? I pulled over because I got the baby.
Right.
I pulled over, so I try to call the number back, and I can't. So I end up calling the police station, and I get this sergeant on the phone, and I'm telling him the text message that I got, if there's anything like that, I need to clear it up, So he's asking me all these personal information about me and the daddy and the mother, and I can't answer her questions. And
this is what this weird girl was doing.
He gets back on the phone. He says, "Ma'am, I don't know who's playing games. It's a huge or whatever like that.
This is AAS's friends.
10-month-old baby, he goes right way, etc." And so I'm like, okay. So that was the first time she did it. Then another time she did it again. And
shout out to the AFWs for their new, contestant breaking the culture. You know what I'm saying? She'll fit right in with them. Okay. Clearly, she gonna fit right in with their asses. So let's go ahead and keep going.
One out for my son's arrest for kidnapping.
Are you serious?
I'm telling the truth here. I wouldn't make this up. I wouldn't even know how to make it up, and I couldn't believe it.
I believe you. I'm just in shock. That's all.
I'm shocked right now. Yeah.
It is shocking.
I never heard anything like it in my life, but it gets deeper than that.
Okay, can I ask a question? Where was your son? Was he working or was he going back to college?
He was, at this point, he's home, and he needs to find a job. And he's not go back to college. He's a man now. He needs to help take his son.
Right.
I was working. He was babysitting because we don't have no vouchers for baby.
So was the warrant? Was it a real warrant that he had issued?
No, I take him. She called. There's another text. There was always few and far apart. They might be like 3 months apart, 6 months apart. So I'm going to take him. I take my son to the police station because I'm kind of home to go when I get to that. So I take him to the police station nearby to see if there's a warrant or what they go for him. And we get in there. And
she always playing with them police.
He's like, oh, you got no warrant, but you got these tickets.
That's AFW
so
for
like, okay.
Mm.
So then after she's done that like 4 times, I had to learn how to go on the sheriff's website to kind of just like look it up without calling the officer or going through the police department. I had to learn how to look it up.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
Did she ever try to have an issue warrant for you?
No, not at this time. No, none of this time. This is just 9 games that she's playing. These are 9 games that she's run. Okay, and it's messing with my peace. It's messing with my time and all of it. But you still have to stop and make sure that she doesn't do it for real, and you don't know about it.
Right.
So finally, like a year and a half goes by, and she called, said that she want to pick the baby up. Okay. Yeah, she said she want to pick the baby up, and she want to see the baby.
She was in Cincinnati all that time.
No, I don't think she was. I think she was here near dog. We speculate she was between New Jersey and Cincinnati sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we speculate. So,
Jesus Christ.
Now, keep in mind, she is from New Jersey. Okay, Breakin was her mom. Her mom lost custody of her to the state and from New Jersey. Okay, and Breakin was put into the system. She ended up in foster care and ended up being adopted out to a family in Ohio. Okay, that family raised her in Ohio. She went to high school and everything in Ohio. So far, everything this woman is saying is corroborating what Breaking the Culture has told us about her own life. She's let us know all these things. Okay, so this woman so far sounds very credible to me. There isn't anything that she's saying. And yes, there is way too many details. This story is way too detailed for it to be completely made up, right? Like, I had a very hard time not believing this story, okay? And I honestly changed, like, it really changed how I felt about Breaking the Culture. It did. I mean, I was doing and attempting to do business with this person. I was already feeling, weary about stuff regarding her. And then this came, right? And I was still defending her about this up to this point, because there were people that were telling me about this, right? There were people that were trying to tell me about it. And I was literally like, no, I need to hear from the grandparents or something for me to believe you. Like, I can't just believe you because you're telling me this, because this sounds crazy, right? But this woman has way too many details of Breaking the Culture's real actual life. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go ahead and continue. You said, so she didn't grow up in New York? No, Breaking the Culture grew up, she was born and raised in Atlantic City until her mom lost custody of her. And then she went into the state. And then she ended up in Ohio. And she finished being raised in Ohio by an adopted family. So no, she is not from New York. She only lived in New York for a short period of time. She does have, allegedly have, I don't know if she still has it, but she did have, I'll say this, she did have an apartment in the Bronx at one time, where her 2 kids that she's got now were living. So how we know that is, and how I can prove that, I can actually prove that. She's been on live multiple times from that apartment on different panels, right? I'm not going to go around the internet fishing for all that shit. But if y'all want to go ahead and fish through Daryl Moore's channel, you can definitely find all of those videos, because she used to go on live with him all the time. Also, shout out to I Am Human First, because I Am Human First actually posted some information on that as well. He posted a video where it was like some murder plot, right, against Daryl Moore. And Breaking the Culture was all a part of that whole thing, right? And she was from that apartment that I'm talking about live on the panel, like she, you know how she tries to come on screen to get validation from people she doesn't know, right? From trolls and shit. Literally, that's what she was doing here too, clout chasing. And the bitch was clout chasing from like a Section 8 apartment. Okay, so yeah, like she actually does have an apartment somewhere in the Bronx. Yeah, that's where she is. But she did live there at, you know, for a short period of time until Danny, she found the next man to sweep her off her feet. Because there isn't much time between the time that she had the two kids with the Ishmael, y'all know his name, his father and his sister's father, and the time that, and Victor Cousins and all this other stuff, and then now Danny. Okay, like there's not much time between all that. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep going, guys. Let's go ahead and keep going with this video. Oh, you said, okay, so that Brooklyn Knox attitude she got is a put on. Absolutely. That bitch is not from New York, y'all. She done lied about so many goddamn things, y'all. It's not even funny. Let's go ahead and keep going with this bitch's tea, since she wants to be, you know, giving Darrell parenting advice out here, and me parenting advice, and other people parenting advice on how to be a good parent, all while she's abandoning Aiden and Michael. So hashtag where's Aiden, hashtag where's Michael. We'll go ahead and start doing that.
Ms. Faye, can I ask a question? Have you ever met her parents, or if you ever talked about parents? Never. My son said she was foster care. I never met the parents, period.
So she never was. So she
her
was.
mother was supposed to be, her mother, from what I heard, grew up on a rough side of town, and she was prostituting from time to time, and she was supposed to get pregnant by one of her white sons. And
I'd heard that.
And then
now, I don't have no reason to make up anything about Breaking the Culture's mother. This is the story that Breaking the Culture told me, that she told me personally about that, about her mother. And now you guys are hearing it from her child, Michael's grandmother. Okay? So let's go ahead and keep going with Breaking the Culture's tea, since Breaking the Culture want to run around with the demons out here. Okay? Let's go ahead and listen to this. And what's up, I Am Human? I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you.
Because she was living in Vegas at one time when we found that out. She was in Vegas at one time. I don't know if she was with her mom or what, but so there was never an adoption by a minister or anything. She was claiming at one time she had been adopted by a minister and his wife. You never met anybody like.
My son would probably know that question. If it was in high school. I don't know if her adopted mom, her foster mom adopted her or no, but I did hear that they were really good people. I heard that they started trying to put her through college and stuff like that, and it just didn't pan out right.
Yeah, like her now her foster parents. Now it's possible that with this Munchausen syndrome, whatever she got, right, that we've been talking about, it's possible that when she talks about how great of a parent her mom was, she could be talking about her foster mother, right? Because they actually did take care of Breaking the Culture. They tried their best to help her, to support her. They paid for college for her and everything else. It just didn't go that way. She didn't finish. She didn't go the process that they expected. But, you know, that happens with kids. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I will say that the foster parents did do their part in her life. Now, her real mother wasn't shit. Okay, now let's go ahead and keep going.
So she comes up, and
I forgot what exit it is, girl, but I can get there though. When you live around here, you don't remember the exits sometimes, but I can look it up. I haven't been down there so many times. I got family in Atlantic City.
You know, and I work. So I say yes to her. So she called me all day long. I mean, she was glued to your phone. She called me all day long. And so
I would love to see how Breaking the Culture actually spins this story. Okay. Like, I know she's listening in the clouds, and I know she will listen in the clouds. I'm sure she'll be sent clips, quote unquote, right? Let's put our quotes up, all right? I'm sure she'll be sent clips, right? So, I want to hear how she actually spins this, because what she's been telling the sector is these kids don't even exist, okay? She got Danny out here lying for her, saying they don't exist, saying that child services was looking for these kids and they couldn't find them and all this other. Girl, where are your kids? This is why I'm asking you where your kids are, okay? And it's because of this story. It's because of this conversation, okay? This woman's story is very, 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 very detailed. She's not just saying a whole bunch of stuff and just making up stuff. She's actually saying stuff that Breaking the Culture has corroborated in multiple places. Now, let's go ahead and keep going.
I wanted to make sure I answered the phone. I think at the time I didn't have a house phone. And I said, but when I get home, I will call you and let you know if you get him and the baby is here or not. Right? So I got home kind of late. And when I got home, prior to getting home, my daughter called and said that you had
I don't know how that is. I'm from New Jersey myself, and I don't know what these fucking exits are. I just drive down the roads and get there. Like real shit. I know what roads they are. You know what I mean? Like 322. You can take that to get down there. You can take the turnpike down there up to a certain point.
My car was down, so my sister.
Then you'll take hold on, I'm sorry. I just want y'all to hear this.
Take a supermarket or whatever like that. So he said, okay, I'm on my way back. So in between my sister getting there, Drea shows up with her. I think one was a relative and one was a friend. I don't know who they were. So when she gets out the car and she comes, Maine brings the baby down the back steps. And we all are on the foyer, right? And I'm passing. I need my sister to pull up. I need to see this car, get ready to pull up. I need to see this car. I forgot none of this. But then Jordan don't know her, so he don't want to go to her. So he reaches up for me, So I'm like, okay, because I'm walking down. He reaches out for me. So I'm like, okay. I reach out to him. Like, basically, I'm thinking, let me calm him down and try to get him to go to her. So when I reach out for Junior, she reaches out and grabs my arm. So I move her over. The next thing I know, she done grabbed my hair. So she done grabbed my hair. So
you had to put them hands on him.
I had to put my hands on her. At this point in time, she's pregnant, but she's so thin, I don't even know it. So I get her down. I got the other girl.
She's pregnant while she's fighting this grandmother over Michael, her son, okay? She's pregnant with Ishmael, the child that she does broadcast and show y'all, right? She's pregnant with him at this time. So let's go ahead and keep going. And there is an actual case in the Ohio system regarding Andrea Garrison. So y'all can go look that up.
They don't jump out the car. They beat on the back.
I'll try to find the case number.
I'm like, y'all can't do that with my mama's store. I got to stop with the mom, whatever. So I got Drea balled up a little bit, and I tell her, I said, Drea, I'm going to let you go. I said, I'm going to tell you right now, if you swing on me, I'm going to have to hurt you. Because I'm a professional, and I can't be going to work trying to explain no black eye.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I'll be fine. I can't go explain no black eye. But none of that, and you got my neighbors ain't never seen nothing like this, and here we are with all this racket. So I'm going to let you go, but don't swing or put your hands on it. Right? So I let it go. So they get in the car, they go down to the front. I'm thinking they gone. I'm coming out my house with my daughter, and she's in the front. Now, she you know, walk my driveway meant you could probably park on my property. You could probably park 9 or 10 cars.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't walk the distance from the back of the house to the front. He done fell down to the ground. I called the police and the paramedics, and this is what she said.
Mm-hmm.
He told them that my baby boy, who was upstairs in the house, now I got to point the house was 2,700 square feet. Okay? And I bought it from a white guy that had we say white guy down, just not racist when we say that. I know other regions don't say white or like we say white and black.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to remember to say Caucasian because I live in other places. So.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought this house from this Caucasian man, and he did a very good job making it soundproof.
Mm-hmm.
So on the inside of the house, because we live on a busy street,
mm-hmm.
you can't hear the outside. So when all the racket was going on the outside, my baby boy, who was in 12th grade, didn't hear none of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he never comes out or nothing. So I go to the front, and the police is here, and the parents is here, and these 2 white boys pull up. They jumped out the car. Better tell my sister's here. She's trying to figure what's going on. I'm trying to explain to her what's going on. These 2 white boys walk past me, my sister, and the police. So she's the paramedic.
Mm-hmm.
So they come to the back of the property, and he's like, hold on, what's going on right here? So they tell me that they want to go pick my head off. I said, what? She done told her people that my baby boy kicked her in the stomach. Now he ain't even came outside yet and still he ain't came outside yet and still he has not came outside. So
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so like, okay, the devil's working. I got this child, don't have no record, who's in his 12th grade, who don't even know what is taking place out here. You think he's going to go up on my property and talk to my child while all of us are standing here? And at that point, I'm like, you know what? If y'all get off my property, I'm calling all these niggas that I know. So, and we gonna tear Hamilton Avenue up. We gonna tear this street up. So the police intervene. So at this point, the paramedics they don't finish checking her. They get in their truck. They tell the police what it is. They get in the fire truck and they need her. Okay, they say nothing wrong with her. Ain't nothing wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
So they get in the fire truck and they need her. The police talked to me and my son, and I remember that man said, "That's like his man said, boy, don't do his son." So my son, and I shook my head. I said, "This kid," and he said, "Okay." I said, "I'm gonna escort her on."
So basically, let's stop for a second so we can do this all in fair use. Okay. Basically, what she's saying is, Drea corroborated an elaborate story on this woman's child, who, mind you, this child had nothing to do with her son, nothing to do with this new baby that she's pregnant with or anything, right? And lied on him just to get her motherfucking way. She didn't care, who got hurt in the process. She didn't care what happened. She didn't care if the police, if people came in there shooting up the place or anything. She just wanted to get what she wanted at the time, and she was willing to say whatever to get it and do whatever. So she lied on this man and said that this man was kicked her in her stomach and did all this stuff to get all these people riled up to go in there and fight her son, just so she can get her child, and then, try to call the cops and make it seem like, it was a whole big thing going on and she needed to get her child. This is the pattern of behavior that this woman is still doing, this kind of bullshit to this day. Like, it's crazy how she will still lie on people and still make up shit and purposely make up shit and try to force an issue to make things what she wants it to be. Now, let's go ahead and keep going. Let's finish with this story.
Whatever like that. And honey, she went to what's your police badge number, all of this stuff. She took all that information down.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, mind you, she was upset being a Karen because the police wasn't buying her goddamn story. They checked her out. The paramedics came, checked her out. It wasn't nothing wrong with her. It wasn't a goddamn thing wrong with her. Nobody had kicked her in the stomach. None of that bullshit. So they knew she was lying. So now that they knew she was lying, now here go the Karen out of her, right? Like she always do. When a motherfucker knows that she's lying and they call her on her bullshit, then she starts acting like a pussy. I need your badge. I need this and I need that. And I've been the one that's been, that's the type of bitch that she is. Don't this sound familiar? Don't this goddamn sound familiar, y'all? Let's go ahead and keep going. I'm telling you, this woman had details that only somebody that knows her would have to know. Let's go ahead and keep going.
My son, he leaves. Everything's calm. I go ahead and take my daughter to the doctor and all of that. And I wasn't ready for what was coming next. So,
oh, Lord, I need a drink.
Everybody need a drink after that.
Right? A bottle of wine. I'm trying to sum it up.
It's okay. Just go on and tell me, because my God, she is pure evil. She is pure evil.
When you say that woman is the devil,
She came to my house. Put a warrant out on me, and I jumped her and beat her at my house. And she trying to put a warrant out on my baby boy. Saying that he kicked her in the stomach and etc. And I told the police, I said, well, she gonna do all that. I need to put a warrant out. Whatever. I need to put a warrant out on.
Word, that sounds familiar, right? Word.
The officer says, we're not gonna allow her to put a warrant out on your son. We're not gonna allow you to put a warrant out on her.
I wonder if she went and got legislation passed for that. This is the breaking the culture of silence. You niggas don't know.
She needs to bring up evidence from the hospital, from the doctor saying that she was injured due to my son kicking her in the stomach. And the officer says, as of now, that's been 3 days ago, we haven't gotten anything. So I said, okay, fine, And so anything that's gonna clear my son, this is, I don't care. I could deal with her in court and all the rest of that. So in between this, she comes to the house and she has officers come to the house because she has put down a kidnapping charge on Julia's body. Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ.
She put a kidnapping charge on the baby father of the child that she left for a whole year and a half and never went to see, never called, never wanted to talk to, cussed him out over, called her all kinds of old bitches and all types of stuff because she did not want to pick Michael up. Okay? Now, because she want Michael back because she done met Ishmael's dad, right? And, he's in the military. He got a couple dollars. Now she want this man to take care of this child and have this wonderful fairy tale family that she's, still trying to do. Listen, this is what happened, right? Now she's trying to get this baby back. And in order to do it, she's got to lie. She's got to go and tell the police that this man kidnapped her baby. Look at this motherfucking treacherous ass, demonic ass bitch.
That's a whole other topic. So she comes
insane, ain't it?
Tells the court.
But I'm the liar.
We kidnapped her. She never come over for Christmas.
I'm the one with the issues.
And we just didn't never give you back. That's what she told me.
Oh my God.
All in court records, by the way. This is all in court records. So I said, okay. I said, see, I told you to go down there and get custody before she pop up trying to do something like this. And you didn't handle your business. And I'm pissed because in that, and you want to she got choice on somebody. So I said, I'm not no record. So now I have to step in. I have to get involved. So, yeah, so I have to spend money getting attorneys. And I found out I had to get 2 attorneys. I had to get 2 attorneys. So,
one for each one of your.
I had to get a family attorney and I had to get a guardian advisor. So, I said, okay.
Now,
so the family,
I want y'all to know something. Breaking the Culture had told me, let's just do this in the name of fair use, okay? Breaking the Culture had told me last year when she was dealing with all that CPS stuff, right? All that stuff that was happening with CPS. She claimed that she needed a guardian ad litem. And so she said she had been given a guardian ad litem. And I told her, I said, why? And she said, she was like, oh, they're there to help us and to advocate for me. And I said, no, that's a parent advocate. I said, a guardian ad litem is only put in place when you question the custody of your child, right? I said, that's when they put a guardian ad litem in place. The state is questioning custody of your children. I said, so if you have a guardian ad litem, that is not good. I said, you might want to look into that. I remember telling her that, and I remember her trying to argue with me and tell me that a guardian ad litem was the most wonderful thing in the world, and that these people were here to like bring Christmas presents for her and Danny and the kids, and to make sure that the FBI was doing their job and protecting her from Darry Moore, and the guardian ad litem was there to support everything. And I was like, girl, no, the guardian ad litem is there as a guardian literally over your children until the courts decide whether or not you're fit to be a parent of to have custody of your kids. That is what they are. Now, that's point blank, period. Stephanie Collins, you can go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, right? But yeah, that's what she said. She had a guardian ad litem last year. Now, this grandmother, it would make sense for a grandmother to have a guardian ad litem put in place over this child, because again, they are checking whether or not this grandmother should have custody of this child, right? They're going to go ahead and check on her background. They're going to check her home. They're going to make sure that she's good, make sure that the child is safe, make sure that there's nothing crazy going on, okay? They are going to take guardianship over that child until the court is able to deem this grandmother, safe, and she's able to have custody of this child, okay? Now, let's go ahead and keep going here. So it actually makes sense for her to have one, but not for Breaking the Culture, because she's already their mother, okay? So if there is a guardian ad litem, then that does not look good for her at all. I tried to tell Breaking that last year. She tried to argue with me about that. And she showed evidence of that, like as a dummy, posting that on her community wall one time. I think she's taken that down since then. But she tried to show some shit about that. And I was like, girl, girl. So the 2 children that are in the house now are also in question if she's had a guardian ad litem in the past year. So let's go ahead and keep going.
My attorney's work, so if I had to take criminal attorney, but kidnap charges. That's my attorney, they split that. And then I had to have a.
And to be honest with you, it would be quite understandable considering the fact that Breaking the Culture spends so much time online talking crazy, has all this information around all her kids, and she be drunk online and doing all this extra shit. So yeah, child, let's go ahead and keep going. Hey, Pink Estate, no, I didn't watch DJ Drama. Let me know what happened in there, but we in this right now. You can let me know in the comments what happened. Oh, hold on, Steph. You said because the parent may not be looking out for the best interest of the child, a guardian ad litem may be appointed. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie Collins, who is an actual attorney. Okay. Yes, it is in fact a problem. If a guardian ad litem is put in place over your children, and a court deems that over your children, it is because your guardianship and your custody over your children is in question. That's why. And there's a reason. Now, I want to say this as well. Just because Child Protective Services comes out to your house does not automatically appoint a guardian ad litem in those children's lives. No, a guardian ad litem is only appointed if Child Protective Services finds a good reason and the state finds something wrong in your home where your kid's custody is in question now. Now they have a guardian coming there. This is why Breaking the Culture kept getting Child Protective Services coming to her house over and over and over again. So clearly there's a lot more going on with Breaking the Culture, even with the current children that she has, let alone the 2 children that she's abandoned that we're talking about today. And for those of you who haven't, go ahead and check out what's going on. I'm going to go ahead to his video. He was playing my audio. Well, I don't know. We'll see. It depends. It depends on what he was talking about. To me, it may or may not make a difference, but you got to kind of tell me what he said and I'll take a look at it and see. You said she has put charges on so many men. Exactly. Can't stand it. Hey, Chat Lives, you said guardian ad litem is appointed by the judge to represent the interests of the child. Exactly. A guardian ad litem is not here, ma'am. And I told you this before, Break It. Okay, I know you're in the clouds. A guardian ad litem is not placed in the interest of you, okay? And to make sure that, you are protected from Daryl Moore and all these other lies that you were trying to tell me, and I kept trying to tell you, those are lies, sis. That's not true. Daryl Moore, if you have a guardian ad litem, it's because literally the state came into your house and they saw something that did not look right. And it's probably because most likely a lot of other shit, but I ain't gonna say, I don't know. I can't even really say. Okay. All I know is there was something that they found where the custody of your kids was in question. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep going with the rest of this video, this commentary. Guys, let me know what he said. Like, you got to tell me what was it? It might not even be worth me looking at.
So it's so much in between. So at this time, do you want to take a break to get some water? No. Okay. All right.
If it was a bunch of nonsense, I'm not about to tune into that and look at that.
Take your time. Take your time.
You got to tell me what he said.
At this point, I have to, what happened next? Okay, so I get the attorney, and then...
I got to send you something too, Eyes. Eyes, I'm going to send you a link to some shit today, because it was some shit that came up. Oh, girl. When you see this shit, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
But I think I know. I get a phone call from Michael Henry.
Mm-hmm.
This is how cousins get on involved. This is how all this get involved.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I was going to go down Church Street with all of this. Okay, so we got the stuff pending in the court, and I'm dealing with my attorneys and stuff. And so I get a call from Michael. Yeah, okay, he would call me from time to time. I would let him see the baby because he was attached to the baby. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to help him bring his stuff off the babies and stuff like that. Because he don't have any children. He still don't have any children.
Mm-hmm.
Mike called me. He said, there's something wrong with the baby? And I said, no, I told him already.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, when the last time you seen him in today? I said, well, I got the baby right now, and, the baby.
Now, I want y'all to listen to this, okay? How, oh, God, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a break because what she's about to say is so disturbing. It's not even funny, okay? I'm going to give y'all a 2-minute timer because you need to brace yourself for what you're about to hear, all right? I'm going to give y'all a quick timer so you can brace yourself. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in or the dislike. It doesn't matter. But I want you to hear what this grandmother says. Oh, you said T Pre, please don't react to his video. Lord knows we got enough of those things around here. You said no, not another commercial. Is BET. What's up, D Darrell, the rebirth? I appreciate you being in the building. You said what's up, chat? And you said, hey, what's up, Scarlett? I appreciate you. I don't know if this is the real Scarlett or not. All I know is I got an email from Scarlett. Shout out to the real Scarlett. I did get an email from her. She knows I will address this. She's telling me that you're not the real Scarlett. Okay, so I'm not going to address you as that real Scarlett. But shout out to Scarlett. She cool. I ain't got no beef with her. Whoever it is, I don't give a fuck. Okay, both of y'all cool with me. All right, either way. And what's up? I appreciate you. Everybody saying what's up to the Godfather. And listen, I don't always have to react to stuff. I don't know what DJ Drama was talking about. I haven't been there in a couple days. I might or might not go look at it. And now that y'all told me about it, I probably won't. So yeah, enjoy that. Okay. But either way, we're going to go ahead and keep going with this. Listen, guys, make sure that you guys are sitting down. Okay. Make sure that you're not smoking a blunt or drinking any tea right now, because what you're about to hear is really, really crazy. Okay. And I'm giving you guys a disclaimer on this right now. It is very disturbing. If you have children in the room, please remove your kids. And if you cannot hear disturbing information, please remove yourself. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
I said, wow, what's going on? And he said, well, Drea, he said, what was that? It wasn't Twitter. What was that before Facebook? What was that one?
MySpace.
Maybe MySpace or something, I don't know. But anyway, so he said, well, it's all over the internet that the baby died. I said, huh?
Oh.
So he said, well, the baby is, I said, the baby died. He said, well, she's not saying those words exactly, but she's making it as if the baby has died. So people are giving condolences. And I'm like, well, no.
So Andrea Garrison, a.k.a. breaking the culture of dungeons, a.k.a. breaking the culture of silence, a.k.a. breaking the culture of bullshit, a.k.a. breaking the culture of not taking care of her kids, has been on social media telling social media that Michael, the second child, not Aiden, the first child. Now, keep in mind, there's 4 kids. There's Aiden, there's Michael, there's Ishmael, and then there's her daughter. I'm not going to say her name, okay, because she's never said her name that I know of. So I'm not going to say her name. But there's the 3 boys, and then there's the daughter, okay? So the Michael child, breaking the culture, has been on Facebook and social media insinuating that this child had passed away, and people were giving her condolences for this child. Okay, the child that this grandmother is raising. Now, let's go ahead and keep going.
Oh my God, you know, it ain't nothing about the baby or that. Mike tells me that because he works for Colin Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Colin Jordan Funeral Home.
He said that he was, the phone call came into him. He said his job called him and said, Mike, I'll be giving your condolences or whatever like that. And he said, what do you mean?
Oh, do you? You know what?
So, that's what Mike called.
Email that to me at lovinglife7842@gmail.com. I'm gonna go ahead and put my email in the in here for you, so you can email that to me. I have half of it. I don't have the bottom half, the last half. I need that half because I want that to go along with the next video. I have another video coming out from Breaking the Culture as well, where we're going to compare the time that she actually said that she talks to her mom, okay? And now that she's saying that her mom is dead, okay? And the many times that she said that her mom has passed away. So let's go ahead and keep going here. Oh, and you know, we've already corroborated that her mom is a prostitute from Michael's grandmother. So let's go ahead and keep going.
So, at this point, I couldn't figure out why she wanted him. And I had asked a couple of, my clients that were older women. And I was like,
hold on, guys.
With the Howard Jordan and all that, I asked them, I said,
No, I don't need the whole 8 hours. I only need the last part of it, the last ending, when Breaking the Culture was on the when she was up there with Eyes.
One of them said
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
She's a
Shout
woman.
out to my loungers.
this was before.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Hold on.
One of my other clients, Cassandra Robinson, she's done the Black Family Reunion here, which is a major event. She's done it for the 30 something years, and she's a person of recognition here in this city. So I asked her, I talked to her, and I confided in her what was going on, and I was like, I don't understand why she's doing. And she said she would kill him. She would have something happen to him. Maybe she got life insurance or something on him. And I had never thought about that, right? So when she said it, like my stomach had a pit of, my stomach started hurting in the bottom of my pit. And then when I finally talked to my mom about it, and her Cassandra was about the same age, whatever, so when I finally had a chance to talk to my mom about what was going on or whatever like that, she turned around and did the same thing. She said she would kill him. She was, thinking like it was a drown or not watching like it. So now I got two older women saying this. So I'm anointed out now, as the kids would say. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh my God. So then.
So that is very, 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 very disturbing. Okay. When I heard that, I had to like I said, I had to rewind lots of parts of this video multiple times. I will give you guys the opportunity to either do that on his video or even on mine, right? But the bottom line is this woman was going around trying to, first she left the child, right? Didn't want anything to do with the child. Then tried to get the child back by some crazy means. And then she tried to tell the world that the child was DIEAD, DEAD, right? And then turned around and actually went through this whole process of saying that she would actually KILL this kid. Okay? Like, this is coming from Breaking the Culture. Okay? Like, I'm just saying. He said, I got to every chat in the sector and check in friend or foe. But why are 30 of you fools sitting up in the clouds incognito? I see your font prints on the glass. Oh, that always happens around here. We love it. We don't have no problem with that. That happens probably everywhere. There's certain people that fall out the clouds and certain people that don't. But yes, honey, yes, this is what's going on here. But everybody hit that like button or the dislike. It don't matter what you hit.
Older women, then I get this call from Michael saying that it's all over the internet that he's supposed to be deceased, the baby. Okay. So Michael said that somebody came up to the funeral home to verify the baby's body from the church.
Victor Cousins.
Yes. When I called
So Victor Cousins has publicly said that. Breaking the Culture had asked him to come. She told him he was the baby's father, and that she had lost the baby. The baby had died, and that he needs to come up to the funeral home to identify some baby's body. Okay. So this is really fucking deep. This isn't just, somebody just making up a bunch of shit. There are people out here, guys, who are corroborating this story, including Victor Cousins. Okay. Breaking the Culture is just trying to come into this sector as a chameleon. And like I said, rewrite history of who she really is. All right. So let's go ahead and keep going, including not being the mother of 2 additional children.
His name was Michael. I can't remember his last name. I mean, his name was Michael. I can't remember his last name.
The owner. It was the owner. It was the owner.
Hey, Diggable, I appreciate you being in the building.
Yeah, it was the owner.
He's the owner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so I had it wrong because she done messed with and dealt with so many men in this situation. I had it wrong that her son was the owner of the funeral home. It was actually this other guy who was the owner of the funeral home. Okay, but it was this guy. She was messing with him, She was messing with Victor Cousins. She was messing with all these different people at one time and claiming that everybody was the damn father. Okay, didn't know who the fucking dad was of this baby.
I said, because now we imagine we kind of.
So this isn't me making this up. Okay, this is her projecting what's true about her onto other women. But literally, this is her life, like her mother and her. Okay.
Like entering into this custody case too. We going back and forward.
And peace and protection over her children.
And stuff like that. And we got kidnap charges pending and all this stuff like that. So we going back and forward. So I called the director of the funeral home or the owner, and I asked him, did somebody come up there and identify?
And we're going to speak that. And hold on, before we go, we're going to speak that into the universe. We're going to speak peace and protection over her kids. Okay, that these things will not continue as generational curses in her family and to her children, but that she will be the one that breaks the chains and breaks the cycle. Okay, that will be what that is. We're speaking that positivity into her daughter's life and into her son's lives. All right, they will not follow after the path of their mother and their grandmother. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep going now.
Because I didn't know the churches give money away for that, right? So I called the church first. I asked the church what the procedure.
I see you on 3 Shout out to you.
Pay for what the procedure is. And they told me that they first have to go to the funeral home and identify the body and verify that it's a body there, and then they write the check to the funeral home or whatever. So I think with her being young and her having a affair with this cousin, I think that she thought that she can just say this and that she'll just something like that. Because you got the board too that has to release this money, and you have to have paperwork. But she didn't know that. I don't think she knew that.
So basically, here go Drea's dumbass again, thinking that she can just talk her way in and out of a situation without knowing the ins and outs of business, right? She claims she has this business and she's so business oriented. She didn't even realize that even if she's fucking the guy at the funeral home, that he would need an actual body, right? In order to produce, a body to put in and say that there was, a death. She thought she could just fuck him, suck his dick real quick, and he's going to give her this whole, certificate to present to Victor Cousins and present to these people, and just lie her way through life. And all the while attempting to get the actual child so that she can allegedly do something to this kid. This is breaking the culture. I'm not making this shit up. I ain't got no reason to lie on this woman. This was presented to me. And this is why I don't fuck with this bitch. Let's go ahead and keep going.
When I talked to Michael.
But see, I wasn't going to put her motherfucking tea out there because her tea was already out there to a whole nother sector. I wasn't going to put her fucking tea out there. But bitch, what you're not going to fucking do is lie on me when I can bury you with facts, right? Ain't that what we say over here in the fucking lounge? I need to fucking coin that fucking shit. Bitch, you are not going to lie on me when I can bury you with motherfucking facts. That's it. Now let's go ahead and keep going.
If he would verify that somebody came up there, and who came up there, he told me, he said, well, I will, but only if you had what's that, I'm sorry, when you get it from the courts where they give you a subpoena. So I said, okay. So at that point, I called Bishop Cousins Church back. I asked to speak with Bishop. Now, I already knew that Bishop had a scandal prior, a couple years prior, because a couple of my clients attended his church. And I'm not interested in any drama or an exposing a past or whatever. That's not my place, right? But at this point, I am interested in not getting this baby, allowing this baby to go into her hands, because I understand now that she might want to do some harm to him. Okay, so me putting together in my mind is that she couldn't get him for an insurance claim. She couldn't get him out of my hands. So that was the reason why she couldn't get him out of my hands at the time is because the game she played with the police department. She called the police department.
And you know what? It wouldn't be far-fetched to believe that she would do something to her own child, for insurance, if she claims today that that child doesn't even exist to y'all. She's telling y'all she doesn't have these two kids. She don't know what we're talking about. She don't know what they're talking about. They don't exist. But yet this woman has all these details of Breaking the Culture's life and these children. Okay, which one are we doing here? I'm sorry, I believe this woman. I have no reason not to. She didn't, and like I said, for those that are new in the building, that haven't heard from the beginning, she explained that she wanted to know why they wanted to know all this stuff. Like, she didn't want her identity revealed and all kinds of stuff. She had no idea that this was going to be on YouTube or any of this stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep going.
Day and night, they call me, they send us to where's the baby yet? And I'm saying, well, I got the baby, but at this time I had sent the baby somewhere else because I was like, he is not getting his baby until we go to court. And they said, well, you have to give it to her because she is custodial parent or whatever like that, so you have to give up the baby. At this point, we had 3 more days for court. So I was like, well, I'm going to stay at the baby because 3 more days for court. So I do that like I couldn't find my son. So in this meantime, we don't got to the court, and we get into the court, and which turned out to be a blessing in disguise that she got the police involved because they worked against her. Because when we got to court, she decided to lie on the police department. And it was such a big deal. She had called the police department so many times that the lieutenant decided he was going to escort, or the lieutenant was a woman, she was going to escort us to court. She wanted me to bring that baby. She said, if you don't bring that baby, I'm going to have to arrest your son. And she said, we need for you to come over here to the main police department, and we're going to escort you to court with the baby so that when the judge say who this baby belongs to or go to, we're going to make sure that baby go with you or her. Okay? So when we get down to the court, and we in the court, and she's saying that she's had the baby every Sunday at church. She said she got, and I told Drea, I said, Drea, bring the best lines. I hung up, and I should have never did that because she brought them. She said she had, for this whole year and a half, she got people that can verify that she's been bringing the baby to church.
Oh no, that's fine, Riz. You can do that. I'll break it down. I know exactly what part I need. So, yep, send it all to me. Thank you.
She's been taking them to daycare. She told me that she got people where she can verify that she's been taking the baby to the doctor. So she had me looking at my son's sideways because I'm looking at him like, you ain't telling me about,
Now, I want y'all to hear what she said. She said that she had paperwork to present to this court showing that she had been taking the baby to the doctor and that she had been taking the baby to daycare and all this other stuff. Now, where did she get all that from if the baby wasn't with her, right? I wonder if she created those documents herself, right? And then, brought those to the court and presented that as if that was fact. Because that's the kind of stuff that Breaking the Culture loves to do. She loves to create documents and create, illusions as if this is really fact, when in actuality it's not. But we're going to go ahead and let this continue.
Convincing her lies was. I was looking at him like, well, maybe he ain't telling me something, So I say in court, and I knew I couldn't ask this in court, but I asked anyway to prove a point. So I said, well, what kind of doctor do he wear? And she skipped right over that, like I didn't ask that question. She kept going on and on.
Now, don't that sound familiar, guys? When you ask Breaking the Culture questions like that will pin her down to exactly what the issue is, she'll skip right over that and try to deflect and lie and present a bunch of fucking evidence that's not fact. She does that all the time. But when you actually present her and question her on those things or question her on those situations, she can't answer those questions. She couldn't even answer this about her own son. She didn't even know what size diapers her son wears.
Kept saying she had an attorney that was going to come, but he got stuck in traffic.
And we've heard that line before. We've heard that line before.
You've heard that line. Y'all heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard that before? So she said he got stuck in traffic, and he told her that she could proceed to the way if need be. So that was her thing. So the judge asked me and her if we wanted to proceed. At that time, my attorney couldn't be there either because the case was so sudden. So my attorney told me to go forward with it and I would have to turn him over. So I said, okay. So when the judge asked both of us if we want to set aside our right to have an attorney and proceed forward, I said yes, and she said yes. When she bursted out in court, she bursted out because he wanted her to do I'm getting ahead of myself. He asked, at this point, he asked the police department, what was they doing there? Right? So, because they standing in the back of the road, so he asked them, what are y'all doing there? It was like 3 of them. So they told the officer, the judge, that they were there to make sure that whenever he moved, that they would go with the right person. So at this point, she goes in full time on the police department saying that she called her baby and kidnapped, and they could call her back for 27 days.
The victim.
And when I tell you the lieutenant and those people, they kind of ran her down the beat. They were so mad at her, and they said, y'all, that's not how we handle kidnap cases. When we get a kidnap case involved in town, we jump on it right away. She has never called us and told us her baby was kidnapped. etc. And when she did call in and put the kidnap charge, we got her right away. So at that point, the judge said to her, to the lieutenant, well, who do you think that this baby is best with? Okay. And the lieutenant said, well, I've been in this big house which they had. They came to my house, I invited them in, and they sat down, and we talked, and I just let them know, honey, I ain't trying to raise nobody else here. I got time. So, and to Andrea Garrison's house, and we feel like the baby right now at this time is best off with this kid. So that's what Dre up and got with the judge, and then the judge asked her if she wanted visitation and stuff like that, and she stormed out the courtroom before she needed visitation. But then he sent out the bailiff to go get her because she was in the hallway making a bunch of noise. So the bailiff tried to get her to come back in so they can move forward with this visitation.
Sorry, y'all, my phone keeps going off.
And she decided that she didn't want no visitations, that she kept on. Okay. So then...
So she walked off?
She walked off.
Oh, my God.
So then, next thing I know, we get another date to go to court because she now lied and said the judge.
So after all that, after going through all that bullshit, right? Claiming that he got kidnapping charges, putting all this shit on Facebook, all that, she just walks away when the judge wasn't buying her shit. And when the police were there to, to verify what this grandmother was saying about what was going on with breaking the culture. Now, let's go ahead and keep going. Who making this up? So, and I want to say this too. If all of this is fact, right, and there were actual court cases, all of this stuff can be looked up. This is all there to be looked up to verify. We might want to do that one day. Let's go ahead and take a look.
We gotta go upstairs.
I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and take a look for these documents, Black Aid. They would have to be there if they've been in court.
Let me tell you something. She's never on time for court. Never on time for court. So to be there and done, I didn't even know you could call the court and tell the court that you was running behind. I didn't know you could do that.
That'll be on a separate video. We'll probably do that. We'll go ahead and search for these court documents, and on the day that we do, when we actually compare what she's actually said about her real mom, right? Like when she told Eyes that, she still talks to her mom. And then, she told the sector that, her mom is dead. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll look for the court documents too.
You have to have a valid reason. You have to have a valid reason, like a medical emergency or something happened. Somebody.
Whatever she was telling them, that was working with her. I would get there with my son at 9 in the morning, on time, outside the court door at 9. And they were here, I came to warm because they waited on her. I'm sitting there all that time waiting on her, and I just never seen nothing like it. So we get upstairs, and honey, she better run. She started calling my attorney. She would call. Once she learned my attorney name, she called his office. She started calling him. I said, okay. So we get upstairs, and in order for them to prove that her rights were violated, she was supposed to have had all the court documents pages pulled up, and you had to pay for each page. Okay. So she claimed that she didn't know she had to pay for each page, so they pushed it out for another 30 days.
And I'll be honest, y'all, I wouldn't even go searching for these court documents if I didn't believe this lady. I actually believe her. I do. That's why I'm going to go and look and see, and we're going to go ahead and search these documents. I'm pretty sure they're pretty redacted if it's child custody involved, but if there is a case, it would be there, and it would probably be under family court or something like that. So we know her name, so we're going to go ahead and look that shit up.
We get back for 30 days, and she claimed the same thing. Oh, I didn't know. I thought when the receptionist don't call her to get her to go in and get those pages and stuff like that. She said she thought the receptionist told her that she was going to pay for the pages or whatever. So now this is going from 30 days to 90 days. So we go back 90 days, and we in the courthouse, and we in the courtroom, and she says to the judge, she got this big gold bag, y'all. I can't make this up. She got this big giant gold bag like you get from Dollar Tree around Christmas time. Mm-hmm. And she tells the judge that her problem is not with Jermaine, that he wasn't got the kidnap charges. Her problem's with me, and then I'm trying to keep telling her to get along. And that the baby's birthday is coming up, and she would like to know if she can get permission to give me this gift for the baby, right? So I'm like, the judge looks at me and say, well, could she give you the gift? Now she like, that's my mother. Now she's talking about Stephanie. And that's my sister, Nene, Stephanie's daughter. And they haven't seen Bud either. She started crying and everything like that. And I'm sitting there, and I just want to blurt out in court.
She's so dramatic, y'all. Thanks, Riz. I got it. I see it.
She's keeping him.
That's going to be a separate video.
So I'm looking at her, and I'm steaming on the inside, but I know I can't show it on the outside. So she comes over to give me, I said, yeah, she can give me the bag for the baby. So she puts this big bag on the side of the desk where I'm sitting at, okay? Now, mind you, we also been in court for the assault charges. They dropped mine. They still got hers, $5,000 warrant out, and she missed court. And I tell the baby, like, she got a warrant out for arrest or whatever. At this point in time, I'm pissed, so I want to see her get arrested. Mm-hmm. They were not arrested. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I can see that. Like, so when we get up and we go out into the hallway after this court session is over, I got the baby bag in my hand, and when I get to the car, I know it's rather light, right? So when me and Jermaine get to the car and go into the bottom of the bag, it's a little bitty Tonka truck. It's a little bitty Tonka truck. Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I said, oh my goodness, if I knew that she played this kind of mind game, I would have opened this up in the porch right in front of the
Now, ain't that what she do? She do all this dramatic extra stuff and make it seem like it's all this, and she got all this for you, and then when it really comes down to it, it don't even be nothing. Really, it don't even be nothing.
I just said, oh, I can't believe this. So, anyway,
And this is over her own son.
Back to try to get some type of visitations in place for her and the baby, okay, and between my sons, okay. Because
is this another 30 days or like the next day?
Not the next day. This was probably like 2 weeks later. So this goes into like 90 days, 2 weeks later. So they want to give something in place for her to see her child. Okay, now in between all this, I'm finally we fighting the kidnap charges. We get the kidnap charges dropped. Okay. So we don't went to court for the assault. Then they'll drop mine. They still got hers open. And I just heard somebody call me when all the stuff went on the internet and said hers was still open, so that's why they ended up calling me. So, at this point, I'm still before we still in custody now. We still in custody and everything. So I'm calling Bishop Cousin Church back and forward, trying to get a hold of him. And my anger with him is, you don't have your name, you don't even say you involved. I'm not even trying to expose you. I just need for you to have one of your ministers under you write the letter in that they went to verify that my individual was deceased and it was a lie. Okay? I need you to put a hold in this custody case for me. Okay? So, but I cannot get him on the phone. So I went to his church, I went to Bible study, I went to Sunday church. I put on my best, I be clothes and went and set up there because I'm like, possibly so it's over with, right? So finally, I talked to my attorney. I said to my attorney, I said, look, I said, do we need this to win this case right now? Because if I gotta throw this pastor on the bus, I will. Right? I got things to do my class to save my grandson. I'm really not trying to do that. So at that point, my attorney says, no, we don't need that to win this case. And I said, cool. And at that point, Bishop Cousin never heard from me again. I never called him again, and that's why. Because my attorney said, we don't need this to win the case. I said, cool. So, and at that point, so we go back.
Thank you, Darrell, for the super chat. I truly appreciate the $50 super chat, Darrell. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to you for another super chat, and that is $50. Truly appreciate that. Let's go ahead and keep it going with this hot tea, y'all, because, child, this is real. And yes, I am definitely, Riz, I did get that. I truly appreciate that. Oh, shit, I got another super chat. Shout out to Darrell for another $50 super chat. Truly appreciate that, Darrell. Yes, Riz, I did get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break that down. That's the part I wanted to get. Shout out to Riz Lyricist for getting that information from Photon, even though Photon likes to private everything. But yes, we are definitely going to do a second video on Breaking the Culture, breaking that down. And then shout out to Black Abe, because yes, I agree. We need to get those court documents, right? So we're going to go ahead and go over to, I'm going to find out what county Cincinnati's in. I'm going to go ahead and go over there. We're going to look up those documents. We're going to do it live, and we're going to look for that information, okay? Now, if I can't verify it, then I'm not going to try to do that. But if I can verify it, then yes, we are most definitely going to go ahead and take a look at this, and you guys will get to see for yourselves, okay? But shout out to the Godfather. I truly appreciate the two $50 super chats for $100 today. Truly appreciate that. What's up, Defrauded? You said anytime, sis. And you said the Godfather's on fire. You said, wow, deep, Miss T. Who is the brother interviewer? This is Daryl Moore. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link to his channel in my description box. I'm also going to put a link to the actual video in the description box. It's actually called Breaking the Code of Stupidity, Elephant Pregnancy. Okay. So, yeah, there's a whole lot that he said in this video. There is a lot that this lady said, who is the grandmother of this child. And yes, you guys needed to hear it. I have been holding back on actually showing this to the sector for a long time, but there was a lot of people in the sector that actually saw it. You said wanted to send more and more, but super chat is not functioning right. Hey, it's okay, Darrell. I appreciate it though. I can give you my Cash App if you want that. I mean, here, let me go ahead and send you that. You want to send me a Cash App? You're welcome to that. Anybody can do that. Yeah. So, but shout out to the Godfather. I truly appreciate it. But yeah, we about to slay these hoes because ain't nobody got time for this shit. But yeah, that is my Cash App right there. So anybody want to send me a Cash App, they are welcome to do that. But let's go ahead and keep this going. We're gonna go ahead and keep this rolling right here.
So when we go to get the visitation set, they actually are trying to set it up where the rules was it couldn't be at a family member's house, and nobody else could be there. He could, like I couldn't be there. None of her friends or family could be. None of her family or nothing like that could be there. Only the person whose house they set it at. So they asked if we have any mutual friends, and I'm like, no, nobody like us, and nobody like us. So so they ended up setting a visitation for Stephanie's house. The woman who was actually a friend, not a mother. Okay, They set it at Stephanie's house. So me and my son, we agreed, right? But now I know we just got kidnapping charges dropped. I know I'm dealing with a liar, but he's gonna tell me that my son got to go over there to the government and be by himself than her. So at this point, I said, no, I'm not gonna let that happen because the next thing she'll say is that he hit her or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't gonna do that. So I said, well, I'm gonna go on over there. So what I did was I went over there. I took my lawn chair, I took me a book, I took my jump rope, and I took
125 on the Cash App.
cup of water and an umbrella, and I camped out on the sidewalk behind the car. So, and I was like, I'm gonna sit right here till the visitation is up, but I'm not gonna just leave him over here by himself.
How long was the visitations for?
What'd you say?
How long was the visitation?
It was supposed to be, I can't tell you because this is the only one we had before she disappeared.
How long were they allowed? An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, what?
I think it was like 3 hours or something like that. So, as I'm sitting on the sidewalk with my water and my book and my umbrella and my lawn chair, I see her turn around. She got two young ladies with her. Panties for short.
Fucking insane, right?
And they going in the house. So I said, whoa. Nobody not in there but you, him, and Stephanie. Right? Oh, they got to use the bathroom. Now, so when they got to walk back up to that corner and they got to go to that gas station bathroom like that because nobody's going in their house but y'all. So the little young lady, they turned around, went back down the street, and next thing I know, Jermaine came out, Junior came out. Junior was playing in the grass, and Drea was right there, whatever, watching Junior play. And then that was it. That was the last visitation. She didn't show up. We kept going because our attorney said keep going. We went 3 times. And the attorney said you don't have to go no more because she never was there. At that point, I'm getting a phone call from Mike now. He's telling me he don't fell out with this cousin, don't cuss him out. They falling out or whatever like that.
Who is this? I'm sorry, who is that again?
Michael Mike called me. Mike called me, and he's telling me that he don't have all this back and forth conversation with this cousin. They don't fall out, and this cousin don't cuss him out, and all this other stuff, And the next thing I know, Drea calls me out of the blue, and she apologizes for the trouble she stirred up, and then she's gone. Like, left the city. She goes to, I guess, I think she went to Vegas, or she went to New Jersey one. It was one or the other. So, with all that being said, we end up going back to the court, and we end up with custody or whatever.
You got full custody now, right?
custody, which I was actually going to help Jermaine get custody, but the judge gave me custody at the time. He was like, well, let's see if he can do it, and we're going to give it to you. So I was like, oh, well, that ain't
what you
supposed to happen.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was just trying to help out. So here it is. I got a baby. So,
Mm-hmm.
which my son thought was funny, and I didn't think it was funny. So, and my stomach started hurting. So I said, okay. So the next thing I know, you don't hear from her till about 3 years later. Why? So she pops up 3 years later, and she wants custody of her son. So, but she didn't stick around to know that I'm the one got custody, not the man. Okay. So when I got custody, that allowed me to get a birth certificate. And I went to court for about a whole year to get his name changed, to get Michael's name off. I had to pay for paternity tests to do that. To get the child's right name put on there. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, I can relate.
So let
I'm
me
doing that
explain.
myself with my
She
young-
basically had named the son after the guy who was at the funeral home, okay, whose name was Michael and the baby's last name, okay, and then but turns out this woman's son is the child's actual father, okay, so she had to pay money after she received custody of the child to give him his father's actual real name, his last name. Okay, so now she has changed his name to what his father's actual name is. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. I just wanted to give context to that.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. You have to walk through the law library when you do that because there is fathers.
And this is all from the chick who's telling the godfather how to be a parent. Let's go ahead and keep going now.
So, I had did that, and money for that, and all of that. So now, his name is no longer Michael Henderson Jr. His name got to my son, and his name is on the birth certificate of my father and all of this. So prior to her popping up, I would call Mike. I called Mike and told Mike that I would take care of all that business. And I called Mike the day it was done, when it was finalized in court. So Mike, so he would know that he's set free from that. He ain't have to worry about another child having his name that's not restored, etc. So one day Mike called me, let me know, did you take the change to the name and all that stuff? I said, yes, I did, Mike. I told you to care all that. He said, well, Dre is calling, talking about you taking me to child support. I said, Mike.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I said, don't worry.
Word it is, Darrell. That hate is fucking real.
And she pops up. She finally pops up.
But it's amazing how people love, like, people love to project on other people, but it really be their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they can spend hours and hours talking shit about motherfuckers, knowing that it's they motherfucking bullshit. Like, that's why. Like, this is why this bitch be going from panel to panel talking about Darrell. Because she don't take care of her own children. Her own children, she's not in their life at all. As a matter of fact, she won't even admit to y'all that they even exist. How about that? She's denying their existence. Who does that? Like, you could at least be like, yeah, I got kids, but they live with their grandmom or whatever. You just like, I don't even have any of these kids. I don't know what you're talking about. But we're going to go ahead and verify it.
So, when we get to...
The one thing she can't do is erase the court records.
All these years, you couldn't get nothing for this baby because when she was in New Jersey, she was still claiming the baby.
So she was claiming the baby on her taxes and everything, and you weren't able to get no.
She wasn't claiming him on taxes, but she was claiming him for food stamps, vouchers, the whole. Oh my goodness!
See, that's illegal in New Jersey because I lived in New Jersey.
That's right. That's right.
So she was claiming this baby that she was telling everybody is dead for food stamps.
It wasn't until we did this, but she was saying that the custody of the baby.
This bitch ain't shit.
She wanted child support. Okay. And she wanted to get she wanted to get custody from my son, and she wanted to get child support, etc. So when we got.
I think I would remember that shit though.
And this is the first time I've seen her in years, and she is sitting in there. She looks nice and everything, and she's telling the lady that she needs a child support and all of this. So we said no. First of all, I got custody, and this and that. So she this is when she found out that the name has been changed. Okay. So we told, the lady that the name has been changed and all of this, and she tell the lady that we learned that we had to make a false birth certificate and all this other this and that. So I'm like, nah. What she tried to do was she tried to take Mike for child support, because she thought that Mike was actually on a birth certificate. So she was going to hit Mike up, knowing that he was not the father. So the first time she called in and said, I'm taking for child support, that was just a threat.
So let's talk about that for a second. What she probably did, right, was when she was getting food stamps in the name of this child, the state of New Jersey probably tried to make her name the father of the child, right? So that she could, so that they can go after that father for child support. Okay. So not knowing her dumb ass, she's so slow, not knowing that that's what they were really going to go do. She actually named that man Michael as the father, right? Which was the man that she kept trying to pin this baby on. Okay. She kept trying to pin this baby on this man at this funeral home, but really it was this other woman's son. Okay. So what she did was she was getting food stamps in New Jersey, which is possible because if you go and apply for food stamps, the state is only looking for if that child, they're going to do like an interstate check and see if anybody else is getting food stamps in any other state or any other place. And that's the only thing they're looking for. They're not looking to see where that person lives or any of that. If you can provide some kind of documentation that that child lives with you, then that's what they're going to go by, okay, until it all catches up. Now, say, for instance, the grandmother went and applied for food stamps for this child where she lives at. Now, Drea would have a problem, okay? But as long as nobody knows, nobody knows. So that's basically what was going on in this case. She ended up telling them that Michael was that child's father, and that's what they went with. And now they were going after Michael for child support, and she didn't realize that that's what them niggas was going to actually do. They were going to go after him for actual child support. So now, her ass, there's some grass that she got to question, okay? And Darrell, you said, defrauding, you said, I'm sorry, TMK, you said defrauding charlatans, you are missing the main ingredient. You got to have a heaving set of double D's. Darrell likes the big guns. Darrell said, you said that mentality of a foster care, that's the mentality of a foster care hoe. They don't understand family and true attachments. She wrote her kids off. I have a lot in to do and refuse to let out. I may reconsider now. Exactly. I understand what you're saying because of, the fact that she has been through that kind of pain. That is why she's so disconnected from her own children, right? And that is why it's so easy for her to lie about even like horrible things happening to a child that never happened. You know what I mean? Like sexual abuse and those kinds of things. It's easy for her to lie about stuff like that, just simply because of, her own detachment from what family really is and how family really goes. She couldn't understand the relationship even I have with my mother, right? And how my mother would never place me in harm's way, right? She would even to this day, she would never do anything like that. This person who did this to me was sick themselves, right? And no, like I said, that I was never penetrated or anything. I was touched, right? And it happened one time that I can remember. And I was pretty fucked up about when I did remember it, right? I was pretty fucked up about that. I'm not going to lie. But, it's certainly not what this sick woman would, try to interpret as what sex abuse is, or what, that happens to a child, during sex abuse or something like that. She can't interpret that because she doesn't even have those attachments to children. She's not even attached to her own children that she's got in the house with her, right? Like if a guardian ad litem is getting involved in their lives, and on the fact that she's live talking this grimy, crazy shit while her children are in the crib, like, and doing it all live and loud and drunk and shit. That bitch is crazy. Like, yeah, it's because of her past. It's because of the things that she's experienced. And yeah, that's fact. You said reconsider videos. You said LMAO TMK. Plus, I got to cut the game off in the background. You said, shout out to T Pre, Coach D, and the chat. I appreciate you, Vici. I was saying earlier that you had a message yesterday in the chat that you were one of the longest standing loungers in here. So shout out to you. I appreciate you for being a long-standing lounger, and I truly appreciate you just always coming and checking out everything and always coming to support. So shout out to you, Vici. But let's go ahead and hold on. You said I thought welfare only asked for the father if you're getting a TANF check. So I don't know. I just know that I'm sure she probably was asking for that too, right? So if she was asking for food stamps, I'm sure she was asking for a check too, so, but either way, this grandmother was saying that, they started asking for child support. So, but let's go ahead and continue here. Let's go ahead and keep going. Let her tell the story. We don't have much more left.
But the birth certificate had been changed. Mm-hmm. So he had to take up. But on the flip end, she ends up in that lady's office. She ends up having to pay child support. Okay, because and then she turned around and said to the lady, well, Miss Jamila makes more money than I do. She makes more money than both of us. So, when she wasn't...
None at all, TC. What's happening, TC?
Told her, she said, wait a minute. She said,
there ain't no filter.
Responsibility. She said, this responsibility ain't nobody but yours.
The difference over here is we got facts.
Yours and my friend.
We don't make up shit. We actually got the facts.
So she ended up telling a sad story. Now, mind you, before we sat down, before we can get here, good, we talked about how she got married to this guy in the military.
The father of her 2 kids.
Very accurate and very precise in her recollection of events. She sounds very credible to me. We're going to go ahead and verify with facts. We're going to go ahead and put some documents out here. We're going to look for this child support case, and we're going to look for this custody case. Hey, what you going to do about it? I appreciate you. You said don't cut no corners, baby. Oh, we ain't cutting no corners out here. We're going straight for jugglers and facts out here. She want to play with the pre.
Right, because she often brags about quitting jobs online. She's like, I don't keep a job long.
She won't keep the job because she we barely get it every she's got a job. We might get it. Okay. And then we end up going to court for the custody hearing. Mm-hmm. Right. And it was underneath my son. And I remember her turning Patricia. Her name was Patricia somebody. And she came to me in the hallway and she said, people change and this and that. And it's just revenge for everything that she did before. We try to get this. And I looked at her and I said, first of all, I won the last court hearing is what you need to know. And I don't have revenge. I said, but you need to ask her, maybe if this is revenge from the last time she lost. I said, and I will tell you that what you need to do is you need to do your background on her before you decide you want to continue representing her. That's what you need to do. Mm-hmm. And I walked up. I said, and I told her, I said, you know what? I said, I know things happen when people are young, people do things, they make mistakes and stuff like that. I said, has she popped up here and said, Miss Big, I was young, I was making mistakes, I was sorry,
exactly,
or whatever like that. I would like to be in my son's life. I said, therefore, she might have would have had a tissue. I said, but when she popped up here with lies again. So
see, that's the part that I said when I confronted Breaking about this. That's what I said to her. I'm like, yo, if you were young and something happened, and whatever, and now you've grown up and you regret that or whatever, just say that. Don't tell me these kids don't exist. And she's telling me, girl, I promise they don't exist. I don't know. Daryl Moore is this and Daryl Moore is that. And Daryl Moore is a liar. And he threatened my kids and he did this and he did that and he did all these things. And I'm like, and he's doing this to Larry Reed and he's doing this and he, and let me see your transcript. They contacted my grandmother, Danny's mother, and they did all this stuff and they went and they doxed us and it was all these things other than Drea. Where are these children? Why is this woman, why does she have so many details about your life, things that you've actually told me, right? But why does she have so many details about these things? And she's saying and corroborating things that you've said. The only thing that's missing is the 2 kids. You're not telling me that part. There's other parts that you missed as well. Like you didn't tell me that you told Victor Cousins that he was the father of one of your kids. That you had him and like 2 other men as alleged fathers, that you had an older child as well. Like all of that stuff you missed. Do you have 2 kids? And she could never tell me. She never told me she did. She's still denying to this day that these children exist. That is demonic in itself. I don't know what else to say about this chick other than something is wrong with this bitch. If she would sit here and deny her children to the entire sector, to the entire public, as if she does not know that these children actually exist, that she doesn't know that she gave birth to these kids, right? And left these kids. That is disgusting. Disgusting. I don't know if Danny is aware of all of this. I don't know if he even cares. I think Danny is just, he's kind of like really geeky, right? He's a nice guy. I'm not trying to talk shit about him or anything. He's actually a nice person, right? But I think that Danny is, kind of an incel type of person. And, he's dating her because she's young and she kind of gives him that, that free feeling, and they're into bondage and all kinds of other, sexual stuff. So I think that relationship works with them, right? And I think he works with her because of it. I think he kind of likes some dark sides and, some things on the dark side as well. I think he's okay with a lot of things that she may do, but I don't know if he's fully aware of everything. And I don't know if he particularly cares, because I think he thinks his money would buy him out of whatever. I think he doesn't really care, right? There's another side of that too, that I could be wrong about, but I'm going to say it. Because, I experienced being there. I experienced, kind of some stuff that happened there and some things that, I saw. And all I'll say is this: there's a lot of white people or Jewish people that will, behave a certain way. And they're very comfortable with Black people disparaging one another, right? They will particularly use the lighter hue of a person to do that. And they're not even involved or anything, but they're definitely not condemning such behavior, right? So they'd be okay with a lot of this stuff that's kind of going on, but be the one that's kind of in the background, either funding it or just laughing at it, right? Kind of like Professor Cupcake is, but that's a whole nother story, a whole nother conversation, right? But either way, I'm saying, like, I can very much see why Danny would just turn a blind eye to the things that Breaking the Culture would do. I mean, especially if she's sucking his dick every fucking night, right? I mean, let's think about it. Let's keep it a bean, right? We're all adults here, right? So yeah, naturally that would be it. But if he was really in love with her, which is what I was pointing out to Breaking the Culture, if he was really in love with her, right, and really gave a fuck about her family, her children, what was happening in her life. This guy makes enough money where he could have her in a brownstone, right? That's big enough for all of the kids to have their own rooms, kind of their own spaces, kind of their own thing. Danny makes that kind of money. He pays not only his own condos money, he pays his mother's that lives right under him. He has a couple of cars, right? Couple of things going on. He's like, he's well to do. He's not, broke at all, right? He can definitely buy, anything that he wants, but he's looking, of course. I mean, this is a contract. You guys know that. Let's keep it real. There's no actual love there, right? There's, breaking the culture needs somebody to take care of these two kids that she can't give up, right? And, she needs somewhere to stay because she's fucking lazy, all right? And, she needs somebody to help her pay this child support if she can. That's why she goes and gets a job every so often working from home, all right? Now, he, will just go ahead and do what he does, has his businesses, very successful ones, and just pay for a live-in hoe. How hard is that? It's very easy. This bitch will clean his house, cook his food, suck his dick. Like, of course he's going to fucking do that. But like I said, if he really loved and cared about her, he would have a big enough house for all of those children to be comfortable as well. The kids sleep on a bunk bed in one bedroom. Now, she didn't pan and show you that, did she? The other bedroom that's in the house, that's Danny's office. She didn't tell you that either, did she? Let's pan around and show that. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and continue. We're going to go ahead and keep going. Let's go ahead and keep this going because, like I said, it's just a few more minutes.
So when we go back to court, we generally get to court, and when we get in there, my son already got a screenshot because he was mama. Junior in New Jersey.
Exactly, right?
He like,
exactly.
This morning, she talking about it's a beautiful day.
The kids be having a great time when they go with their real father, too.
I know, I got screenshots. I was down to the court. I'll show you. So we met
she done doxed Danny, okay?
So, I said, how she got us in court and she is a junkie. And
powerful
so,
jaw, long neck, bitch.
But before we can get started, the magistrate came up here. And
she got that man jaw.
That, or the judge that, I'm getting a job.
Professor Fruitcake.
And the man's going to pay.
Miss non-pearly thing.
And I knew what she was doing. She was trying to get at her to build up more child support. It was really popping her foot into her mouth. This was prior to all this, so she was like, well, I'm going to get the man told me to come back in 2 weeks. He says, I got the job. So she was really trying to make her look like somebody. And it was really putting her foot in her mouth because the magistrate was looking like he was kept like that for it. So, anyway, so the last time we hear from her, she was in New Jersey, hanging out the window, talking in court. And before we can even get started, the judge told us that her attorney dropped her case. And she said, now this is the same person that told me that she was getting a job and that she was going to be working for the courthouse and all this stuff. She said, for the next time she's bothering y'all, I'm going to make sure she's there before me. And that was the last time. That's the last time.
Yes, she does. We're going to find out, Black A. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome to think what they want. I'm telling you, I do. I believe her. Because she sounds very convincing. And like I said, I've had multiple conversations with Breaking the Culture behind the scenes that actually this woman was able, this is why I believe her, because there was so many things that Breaking the Culture has shared with me about her personal life that this woman was able to corroborate. Okay. And there was a lot of things that she had that were, like actual, details that only somebody that knew her would kind of know. You know what I mean? And this woman is not on YouTube. She don't have a dog in any of these people's fight. She don't have a dog in my fight. She don't have a dog in let me see your transcript. None of that shit. Okay. So like what at what point do we just, want to just put our heads in the sand over things? The bottom line is, don't be up here acting like, oh, D. Darrell, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite, D. Darrell. Let me tell you, oh, the children, how could you do this to a 5-year-old? Oh, my God. But yet you have never taken care of either one of these two kids, either one of them. And this woman has no reason to lie on Breaking the Culture. We're going to go ahead and let the woman continue, though. And again, I'm not doing this to convince anybody. You guys are welcome to think what you want, you know what I mean? Feel what you want. But I'm telling you, she sounds convincing to me. And we're going to go ahead and verify through court records. And I do understand that Daryl has another video where he actually showed that Breaking the Culture showed owes child support. But I'm just going to do a fresh lookup of it, right? And look ourselves and see for that. We're not doing that right now, but we are going to do that on a separate video. And it might come up tonight because, like I said, I want to get this shit done. I want to get this over with. I don't want to keep talking about Breaking the Culture, but we are definitely going to look up that information and also go over and compare what she said on Photon Show. But we're going to do that in a separate video. So it might be the night ride tonight.
Yeah.
I know I ain't going to be able to do it this weekend.
Okay, like 2016 maybe? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, you do realize because she was using, claiming your grandson to get benefits in New Jersey, they are required when there's a child involved, that the child has to have a physical examination. They have to physically see the child before they would allow that. So that was fraud she committed.
Right, they told my son because he reached out to when he tried to.
So you don't have to do that. I mean, I've had to get food stamps for my kids before, and you don't have to have the kids physically there. Like, as long as you have a birth certificate and proof that they're in your residence, like, you do have to have something like something from the school, you know what I mean, or something like that to prove that they live there. So I would bring my kids' child the report card, right, or something like that to the place, and that's how you get proof, you know, that your kid is living with you. So I don't know how she would, but allegedly this child was really small at the time, so she could easily make up some daycare record and take that to social services and apply for food stamps. That would be pretty easy to do.
They told y'all that you had a child out there.
Child. No. I see. I don't gotta listen. Let me tell you something. I don't have to lie and argue with this bitch and jump up and down and do a bunch of screaming and hollering and all that. Like I said, I can present facts, right? And the facts about her will actually bury her. I don't have to go back and forth with that bitch. She the one that want to jump up and down and get the sector's validation on whether she's cute today or not, and whether or not she's black or not, and whether or not she's okay or not, whether they all believe her or not, and all this. Like, she's the one that wants to do that. Okay? No, I'm going to present the facts about her. I'm not going to lie about shit. I'm not going to make up shit. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to present facts. And like I said, I wouldn't even be presenting this if I didn't think it was factual. If I didn't think it was real, I wouldn't even be putting this shit up. Shout out to you, Defrauding. But I wouldn't be putting this shit up for anybody to see, because I am not one of those people that's going to present lies. I'm not one of those people that's going to present a bunch of stuff and you know, the receipts are not something that you can go find for yourself. That's it. So we're going to go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and keep this going. We got about 20 more minutes or so.
And she said that baby
we're going to try to get through this.
Junior, you know, so I don't know. I didn't even worry about it. I didn't worry about it. I ain't be a surprise.
You just want her out your way, that's all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. You know, it was sad when I first realized that she had lost the baby. I cried, and then I thought, dang, you know, I could abandon your baby, and he's a really beautiful baby, and he just don't walk him. And I kept looking at him like, he can't walk this child. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, at this point, you know, it's sad.
All while she's talking about somebody else's children.
I haven't ever heard that she had any molestation or nothing like that. I just think she needs to be delivered. And I don't have no sympathy for Bishop's cousin, because he knew from the first time of dealing with her. First of all, he was too old for her. He was past and he was married. and you knew that you were putting the mojo on this young girl. You know what I'm saying? And you knew that you were going to be all caught up into her emotions and everything like that. You can lie to her and say you're going to leave your wife and all of that, or whatever the case was. But when the situation happened with Nisha and her and all that stuff blew up like that, I just knew that he had learned his lesson and went on and left her alone. So I was shocked to get phone calls on the recent outbreak that they were still messing with each other. Apparently they went and picked each other up again, found each other again or whatever like that. And so I was just that's according to her.
That's according to her.
We can't believe nothing she says now, according to her. You can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
So y'all heard that, right? According to Breaking the Culture, she had recently told, let me see a transcript in them around that time in 21, that she had still been dealing with Victor Cousins, okay, and still dealing with him like on the side, okay. This is what she's telling them. So she be lying. We know Breaking the Culture lies, and they're saying they don't know what's true or not, okay, but they had shared that with this lady to find out whether this was true or not. And she's like, I don't know. I'm hearing that from y'all.
I mean, if he did, looking like it, because from what I seen, the pictures.
But Breaking fantasizes stories. She fantasizes situations, and then she tells it as if it's fact.
He was in the background, so it looked like something going on there. But you can't stop that he married somebody else because you've been playing the role of side chick for a long time. You're not a 20-year-old no more.
So finally, she's excited to be somebody's quote unquote main piece, right? She's finally excited to be a living hoe, you know what I'm saying, and everything. But Danny puts up with a lot of her shit. Like, she be drunk and he be trying to put her in her place. I've seen him do that. I've watched him do it. I've heard him do it. Even on the phone, different things like that. Breaking the Culture is a real drunk, like a true drunk. Like true drunk, okay? No, it is not glamorous to sit around and be drunk all day, and just getting fucked by a cuckold, you know what I'm saying? Just so you can have a place to put the kids that you don't even want, okay? While you're still like ignoring the two kids that probably need you the most right now. And, you're not in their lives. And, just sitting around, just pretending that your life is so great for niggas on YouTube who don't even give a fuck about you anyway. Now, let's go ahead and keep going.
Now, how is your son doing now?
How he doing? He's doing great. And back at school, he works for the energy company.
Thank God.
That's good. Thank the Lord. Just moving up his education. And he got tired better than it is. He still has all the... He said, Mom, I took out all the text messages, all the screenshots, and I got them in the folder. He said, I got all the messages just telling me to get custody, don't call me no more, and just all other stuff. He got everything. So I said, okay.
So she was...
You have to do that with her, yeah.
Yeah, you have to keep everything with her. Because she's even told people that I was violent and I was threatening to kill people and she was afraid of me. And I have no romantic involvement with this woman at all. I've never met her. When she lied on Victor Cousins and said he had videotaped them having sex and the whole scandal, I had her come on and I let her tell a story. She lied about some legislation and this stuff just didn't add up. So we started investigating. And that's when we found out about her outstanding warrants for, and evictions and check cashing, writing bad checks and fraud and all that. When we talked to Bishop Cousins,
all that.
You need to speak to the grandmother of her child. And the truth, you will hear all the truth you need. And that's how we got in touch with you. Because he said, that lady will tell you the truth.
And she knows not to go away. I'm not afraid of her. I will deal with her legally. But she knows not to come my way for real.
Right.
She hasn't contacted you since that time in court. No, she knows not to come my way. Not even the card, not even the child support. Not even enough.
I am so sorry you went through all that.
If she's working, they take it. If they can get it. If she wants to go. But it's $110 and we can't get it on a regular. Okay.
Well, she's engaged.
So this bitch can show y'all pictures and video and pan around the living room and kitchen, the small kitchen of Danny's apartment, right? But she can't pay $100-some a month for her kids? Huh? Huh, bitch? While you giving parenting advice to niggas in the sector? Bitch, you need to have several motherfucking seats right today. Today, ho.
Found her a new sugar daddy. Now he's a 52-year-old Jewish man.
Well, God help him.
Yeah, and she claiming she's pregnant by him now.
Claiming she's pregnant with him, but we're not sure about that. You know.
So she was claiming then, y'all, we didn't even know this. She claimed a couple years ago that she was pregnant by Danny. And she clearly was never pregnant by Danny. Okay, so that's another motherfucking lie of breaking the culture. Man, we just having the breaking the culture expose today.
He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything about you.
She was pregnant and
hold up, Kim. Hold
all
up.
of a sudden later on, I'm sorry.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that about your grandchild. He doesn't know about the other one. All he knows about is the youngest two that she does keep because they were by the young man that was in the military.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So she is stringing him along and running her game on him now.
He's in trouble.
I think it's a mutual thing between the two.
He figure out it's gonna go his way. God forbid if she got it, if he got any kind of business or property or anything like that, she's gonna eat him up alive.
He is very wealthy. He's very wealthy. He comes from old money.
Yeah, he comes from old money.
His father was a prominent attorney here in town where I live. I live in Cleveland, or outside of Cleveland. And his father was a prominent attorney. His father died. And
scamming ass bitches. She calling bitches scammers, calling motherfuckers this, but she a whole motherfucking scammer. And ain't it funny that she wants to put in an application for AAS, right? She want to be on the anti-fraud warriors. They always got some goddamn scammers over there on the anti-fraud warriors. Like the AFW, she will be perfect as an AFW candidate. I put my vote in for breaking the culture to become the new president of the AFWs. Like that is my motherfucking vote. We're gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah, they live in Lower Manhattan. They live in a apartment that's about $3,500 a month, so they living good. So that's why you need to go and put the APB out on her because she's up there claiming that she's a model in New York City.
She's plotting on him. She's a young girl to him, and she's beautiful to him. So he's fucking in the
She does do modeling, but she's not this. She does do modeling, right? But you know, a lot of people do modeling. She's not this big, huge model. Okay, like she's not. Otherwise, she'd be able to show y'all that. Like y'all would be able to see it. She don't even have that many followers. She don't have that many people. She's out here trying to prove that shit to y'all with that fake ass fucking YouTube page she got, and she's still putting sector content on it. Like, girl, sit down.
I don't think she's capable of loving an old man. She's just found her a jackpot of 50 days.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Get up,
and he okay with it because she's sucking his dick.
And she's smart, she'll study her and plant her roots and just stay and be happy. But I don't think that she's capable of that.
She's not.
She leaves everything.
She's very evil. She's very evil and conniving. I don't see her doing the right thing by any means.
I'm saying right now the COVID crisis is keeping her where she is. Because she happens to be in
also, she's fucking broke. She ain't got no motherfucking money. That bitch ain't got no motherfucking money, okay? She is fucking broke. Of course she's going to stay with him. He's the best thing that ever happened to her, to be honest.
Planes, and so they have curfews and stuff. So that's the only reason, I think.
Because as soon as she get a chance, she gonna.
But the only way that she can be proud of that, is if all of her kids are also winning and also taken care of. No. You can't just call yourself winning, quote unquote, and your kids ain't winning. Like that don't make sense, sweetheart. You doing this backwards, okay? That man, if he love you, you would demand him to have a big enough house, okay? Because he can afford it. I'm telling y'all, he can definitely afford it. have a big enough house to make sure all of them kids is straight, including the kids in Ohio. Bring them kids home, make sure that they straight. They got a big enough place. He paying for college, all kinds of shit for them. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That's what you do with a nigga like that. Get the fuck out of here.
We investigated.
You don't let him pimp you. These bitches always getting pimped in this sector. Her, I ain't gonna mention the other bitch. Bitch. These bitches act like they pimps and they really the pimp. They really the pimp eat. Shit.
If he puts a ring on her finger, it's a back point. So, yeah.
Well,
I'm sure he would make her sign a prenup. He ain't dumb. Danny ain't slow by any means.
Dealt with nobody like her. I haven't yet to see somebody like her.
I'm just glad that your son got her out of his life. So he went on and she didn't destroy him.
You know, not to call him either because he mean. You know, he's short, got the short man syndrome. You know, he's a shorty. And he's a very serious type officer. You know,
and she's tall. Breaking is like 5'11". Breaking is about 5'10". She's about 5'10". So she's very tall. And Danny's pretty tall too. Danny's about 6 foot, 6'1". Breaking is pretty tall.
You know, he told me, he said, Mom, he said that they probably just want her out of, you know, their hair.
He already doing that. He clearly he's doing that already though, because she's working out of the dungeons and she has clients, right? She has clients. So, and he's into bondage. Danny's definitely into bondage. He's definitely into that lifestyle. So, yeah, he's already clearly, you know, I can't say for sure, but allegedly he's already pimping her out. Okay. You know, in the dungeons and stuff where she's out there pissing in Brett's mouth. Okay.
Oh my God, I can't tell you. She tried to set me up.
She got a long body. That's why I put that picture of her up when I did that picture of her and Carrie Ann. But
make it sound like I was threatening to go murder.
I put that long body picture of it. She built like a fucking man.
After they altered it, that's the kind of person she is. I've been dealing with that. I mean, yeah.
Pimp on white boy. Okay.
I've had my wits in with her.
You said this is just scandalous.
Everything that comes, like you said, 90%
not the scandal. God damn.
She tried to get me to believe that Daryl was violent, trying to get on her side, and then she just turned on me when I refused to believe her lies anymore.
So that is why she has all these problems with let me see your transcript. She tried to say that Daryl, because Daryl was calling her on her bullshit. She tried, now she want to jump on the side of Larry Reed because, you know, Daryl was actually don't this sound familiar, right? Remember how she likes to jump ship depending on where the wind is going at the time, right? So, you know, when she was realizing that Daryl Moore wasn't falling for her story, that's when she jumped on Larry Reed's side. But she used to be completely on the side of Daryl Moore, okay? And then when he wasn't falling for her bullshit, she jumped on the side of Larry Reed and tried to take Let Me See Your Transcript with her. And Let Me See Your Transcript was like, no, honey. No. Okay, you can go on about your business and I'm going to go ahead and stay here. And that is when she fell out with Let Me See Your Transcript. She has been lying on Let Me See Your Transcript for almost 2 fucking years now. And it's probably been longer than that. Just in our sector alone, it's been that long, right? And to the point where we're now asking her for all of these receipts that she claims are happening with Let Me See Your Transcript. The same shit with me. She's lied on me, told all these elaborate stories about me and me being a prostitute and putting up pictures and even like setting me up for such a thing. And then turning around and claiming that all this stuff is here and she's got all these receipts just to turn around and not have any receipts, and then go on a tangent about her mom and how her mom is so wonderful and my mom is not. And, you know, her mom is so wonderful, even though she gave all of her 12 children up to the state while she was on crack and she was a prostitute. Okay. This is what breaking the culture has ended up resulting to. And now this is where we're at. Okay. So that is the problem. This is exactly what has happened with Let Me See Your Transcript. This is what has happened with Daryl Moore. She has tried to tell us that Daryl Moore is this violent, horrible man who is stalking the current children that she's got living there, and that they have the FBI protecting them, and that they got a guardian ad litem to protect them from Daryl and all this other stuff. Like, even though the guardian ad litem is there to protect them from her, clearly, right? This is all the stuff that, and the lies that Breaking the Culture likes to tell, because she thinks everybody in the world is as stupid as she is. And she thinks nobody knows any different, and everybody just is going to believe whatever she says. So this is the evidence of the grandmother, okay, who is allegedly raising her son, Michael, okay? She has another son named Aiden, who, by the way, is tattooed on her body, okay? She cannot deny that. That tattoo is on her body, okay? Now, Aiden is her son, okay, her oldest son. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a separate video where we are going to look up the documentation in these courts, okay? I'm going to go and do some research, and I'm going to check on this. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to verify this information, and then we're going to present it. If I'm not able to verify it, I'm going to say that. I'm going to be honest and say it. If I'm able to verify it, then I am most definitely going to present that evidence. We're going to look up whether there's a child support case. We're going to look up whether or not there is a custody case, because, like she said, this lady, the grandmother, is saying they've been to court. Okay, so there would be a family law case that is available under the name of Andrea Garrison. Okay, or I can check with Let Me See Your Transcript and see if they have a court case number or something like that. We can look this information up and find this, and then we're going to get to the bottom of whether or not these children actually exist, okay? Because, like I said, it would be absolutely demonic and crazy if this woman's children exist and she's telling the entire sector that they don't, okay? Now you'd have to question anything this bitch says. Now you'd have to question anything this bitch does. And particularly, it would make you question how the fuck she thinks it's okay for her, or even solicited for her, to give parenting advice to anybody, anywhere, and she's not even taking care of her own. That is an issue. That is a problem, and we are going to get to the bottom of it. In the meantime, I truly appreciate all of you. We have been on here for almost 3 hours. Let me go ahead and finish out the rest of this, and then we're going to go ahead and finish out the show.
So how do you, so she's stuck in New York. Mm-hmm. So, how do you end this with her? Have you already ended it with her?
She is threatening to sue. She is threatening to sue me, so I'm just waiting to see what she does. Because if she takes me to court, I'm gonna just nail her good in the courts. I'm gonna deal with her the right way in the courts, just like you did. I'm gonna deal with her raggedy butt in the courts, because this man has no earthly idea who he's laying next to every night. He has no earthly. He's thinking he just got gonna be stepfather to 2 kids. He's got 4.
He's not an enemy. She wasn't either. That's why she don't never have no smoke for him.
One other besides your grandson, she might have other kids.
There is a baby after my grandson. It's a little boy.
Mm-hmm. That's the one she claims. That's the one that he's about.
What's at me? Don't at. What's up? Don't at me. I don't give a fuck.
Those are the.
She should have left me the fuck alone. I'm just saying, right? Let me say that. Let me say that. That bitch should have left the motherfucker alone, right? Because I really wasn't trying to bother this bitch. I really had moved on. I really wasn't doing anything. I was just out here just living my motherfucking best life, right? And every time I turn around and want to go to and watch somebody in the sector and they having a panel, here go this bitch breaking her motherfucking big ass, long ass neck to jump up there and talk about the fucking pre. And nobody's talking about me at the time, right? They talking about something else. Niggas done moved on. We talking about other shit. There's a bunch of other stuff going on. And here she go bringing me up. just talking about me, just mentioning me, right? And then go over to another panel, and here she is doing that shit again. And everybody's literally ignoring her. They're not feeding into it. They're not asking her no questions. They're not, oh, girl, what? None of that stuff. They're just quiet and letting this dumb bitch keep talking. So I've been very quiet. I've been in the clouds, not saying nothing, not responding, not anything. And here come Photon's ass, okay? Having a show the other day, and here go this bitch jumping on the panel, and I was live in the back room. She literally talked about me for 20 fucking minutes. We went up on the fucking panel together. I got right up on that motherfucker while I was live on my show. Okay? And yes, bitch. But now what? Now you want the fucking smoke. Let me give you what the fuck you looking for. Okay? But you don't want the fucking tea. You don't want the smoke. You don't want to fight. Now you want to jump off the motherfucker. You don't want to. These bitches do that shit. Like when I jump on the panel, when they be talking shit for months and months and months and months and months. And then when I get on the fucking panel, now you bitches don't got nothing to say? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you want to yell and scream and make up stories and do all this shit, bitch? I can bury you with facts, though. Okay? You should have left me the fuck alone. Okay? You should have just moved on. We could have agreed to disagree. You a hoe. You think I'm a hoe. Okay, cool. All right, we moving on. You do your content. You're ugly by Pixies. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my celebrities. I'm going to go ahead and upload my motherfucking, true crime. We're going to do this thing, okay? We're going to go ahead and coexist together without fucking with each other. But bitch, you want to motherfucking keep poking the motherfucking bear, okay? So now you got the beast, all right? And we're going to go ahead and release the Kraken. Since bitches want to release Krakens out here, we're going to go ahead and release the Kraken on this bitch. Now, let's go ahead and continue and finish this out. And then we're going to go ahead and have a separate video on the rest of that tea. And then we're going to be done with this bitch for good, okay? In the name of Umar, for good.
Pregnant now by the old Jewish guy.
I don't think so.
And the bitch better leave me alone.
I want to say he's 8, and then the girl is 5.
He 8, yeah. That'd be about that age of that baby.
Mm-hmm. She's claiming she's pregnant by this guy now. So I said to him once before, I said, when that baby's born, you need to get you a DNA test. And I said, while she's pregnant, you need to get an ultrasound to make sure if she is in fact pregnant. When she's born, you need to make sure that baby's yours. Because she's been attached to some very prominent preacher that was pimping her out to other preachers. Okay. That's how she got attached to Victor Cousin. This guy was pimping her out to Victor Cousin. But they was in a sex ring, and we uncovered it. Yeah.
So is that what's called the thing?
Trashy assholes, right? Trashy asshole.
From the neighborhood. He was picking her up.
When she was a teenager?
Mm-hmm. He was picking her up.
Looking all distressed. He is. He be distressed over her behavior like that. But he puts up with it because she's sucking his dick. I mean, that's it. She cleaning his house. And she goes down and cleans his mom's house. She makes sure his mom gets fed. Everything. She does what the housewife would do. She sucks his fucking dick. And she bringing money in from the motherfucking clients. So, he puts up with it.
Her friends, she told her mother, they didn't keep nothing from me. They told me everything that they knew about it. So they the one, that's how I knew she was messing with him before.
When she was in high school?
Well, let's put it this way. Jermaine was fresh off of college, so it would have had to be high school. Because Jermaine was fresh off in his first year of college when she got pregnant. Before she got pregnant by Jermaine, she was messing with Mike, and she was messing with Bishop Cousins. So yeah, she would have been 18, 19.
Danny, a whole pimp.
So your son and Andrea were in classmates. So she
Danny, a whole
graduated
pimp.
high school, or just stopped.
Right.
I'm telling you, these bitches getting pimped around here, calling everybody else hoes.
Did she graduate? I don't know. I would have to ask Jermaine that. He would know. I know she in a yearbook, but I think I got what high school was it?
Oh, Steph, you missed a lot. You gotta go back and listen to it.
Mount who?
Mount Healthy. Oh, that's right. Y'all not from here.
I live in Ohio. I live right outside of Cleveland.
It's in Cincinnati, but it would have been Mount Healthy High School. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your hands in your motherfucking pockets. Exactly. Especially if your hands is dirty, okay? Especially if your hands is dirty. And stop being out here poking the motherfucking bear. But this bitch thought I went away. She thought I'm just not around anymore. That's what she thought. Okay, ho. Let me go ahead and
So
show
she's
you.
actually the same age as your son, or a year apart.
Now, I know they close in proximity. I don't know if they're exactly the same age or years apart. I never even asked them all of that. I just know that through high school, he was counseling, helping her out because he told me. And about, my friend, he was telling different things about what he was supposed to be going through with a foster parents and that he had a baby. So they had been friends for a couple of years before it came about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when a rape was supposed to occur. So I'm like, well, rape. I'm like, rape. I will not just.
No, that's the lie that she was putting out there.
That's why I decided to call you. No, I don't think that would make any sense. I mean,
because there would have been an arrest record if that would have happened, a court case.
Yeah, they was in the hospital and he was. And if my son was a real family story, he had his oldest, and he had to help with his sisters, and he had to raise his baby brother, and then he had, because I worked a lot, and then he had other siblings on his dad's side, and I was coming home
okay.
and my bed,
Child.
He was always trying to bridge the gap between his sisters on his mama's side and his brothers and sisters on his daddy's side. He did a good job at that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to hold you. I'm sorry all of that happened to you. My God.
me too. I'm so sorry.
Me too.
My God.
But right now he hasn't tried to take you to court or nothing.
She's not even acknowledging.
I know that's sad to say, but your grandchild much better with her out the picture, an adult.
Facts.
And he want to sit down and talk to himself, but now, no.
That is facts.
Yeah, that would be up to him. Then, he would know how to just, just fight for a life and truth. That would be up to him. Everything. And I'm sure one day he might want to meet her, but right now, after he talked to Mike and everything, he said he needed to know. He talked to Mike's mother, who was supposed to be his grandmother. And he said he needed to know. And that was it. And I left the picture to see if he would pick them up and look at them from time to time. I left them at, peculiar place. He hasn't touched that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just glad that he's in a good place mentally and emotionally, and that you caring for him, and that your son's there, because that's my only concern. I just didn't want her to come wreaking havoc in that young man's life.
I don't know about that. I never heard that one.
Your life, when you said what you said, I was like, oh my God. When you said we need a pot of coffee and a bottle of wine, I was like, oh Lord. So I said, okay. So that just
I don't think it's a long story. I didn't even know how to get it out.
No, that wasn't a long story. What you going through is similar to what she's trying to threaten me with, legal cases and accusing me of trying to murder somebody or plotting to murder somebody, all kind of foolishness. Everywhere she's gone.
Everywhere she goes.
She's claimed that they videotaped
Ray Triggs, let me tell you something. I know me and Ray Triggs don't fuck with each other, right? But I'm going to tell you now, you know goddamn well how AAS would get a hold of your information if she got it. I heard you say that, and it's true. Be fucking careful fucking with that bitch. Everywhere she fucking goes, she's treacherous, she's the fucking devil, and she always has a reason for why she's doing something. Always has a reason for why she's trying to be close to you. So all of you motherfuckers better be motherfucking careful, whoever fucking with her. Most of y'all know it. And I think Ray knows it too. I don't think anything slow about him at all. But shout out to y'all, because y'all know better. Y'all know what the fuck is up.
Ray, release it on.
I don't give a fuck. You niggas can say what y'all want, but y'all know what's up. Now, you've been warned. And if it happens, don't look at me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do just like this. Don't at me. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm gonna say.
The preacher that sent her to be involved with Cousins wanted his position.
Child,
they all got involved. Andre was sent, basically like a call girl. And she's been sleeping with a lot of preachers.
Well,
yep.
You know, I have my number.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a couple of preachers that she's tried to set up. It's not just Victor Cousins.
I hope not.
We'll get into that at another day.
Probably she got one for maybe she got her old guy.
No, she just waiting. She's just waiting until
She's still trying to do this court thing, and it's the same thing you just said. Like she never comes on time, or she never shows up. She's doing the same thing with Bishop Cousins. Like when it's time to go to court,
she always got a lie.
Excuse.
But the reason she makes the excuse is because she has outstanding warrants.
Yeah.
And one of the outstanding warrants is the one.
The one of them, I think, is because of the assault on you.
One of them is the case with you. It's still open.
We're going to look for that case, y'all. We're going to look for all of these cases to see if this shit exists. Now, I'm going to say this. I was sent some paperwork, right? I have some paperwork in my archives I can look up because I was sent some paperwork a while ago, all right? I'm going to look at this information again, and then so there should be a case number on that paperwork, all right? Now, also, I'm going to look directly on the court's website itself because, like I said, anybody can send me anything, right? So let me go ahead and take a look at the actual case number on the website, and then I'm going to verify this, and then we'll do it live. I'm going to show y'all whether or not this shit exists. Now, I'm telling you, I have seen paperwork about this, all right? But I don't know, I've never looked it up. I'll say that. I've never looked it up on the actual website to look into it. But what I'm going to do is look into it, okay? And then we're going to verify whether this is an actual case and if this grandmother has, in fact, been assaulted by her, right? And if there are, other children. And we're going to see whether they exist or not. Because this bitch is out here telling us they don't. All right? So let's go ahead and finish this off. We've got literally about 5 more minutes of this video, and then we're going to end the show ourselves. And like I said, we just may, in fact, do a night ride tonight, or I might be back probably early tomorrow, hopefully. But I'm probably going to get this out the way today because I got shit to do this weekend. This is my 420 party weekend. Shout out to you too, Miss I Don't Give a Fuck.
Unfortunately, in order to break her
shout out to Spingali. We all got to say it. Anti-Afro Spingali.
Break those lives down, but if you if she comes after you and you break those lives down or whatever, but what should she have to put the charges on her, defamation of character, etc., and let her say her way out of some of that stuff, because that's terrible what she's doing. And I'm going to pray for Bishop Cousins.
Anti-Taco Bengali.
They said, well, he's human. I said, we all are human.
Y'all get on my damn nerves, yo. Anti-Taco Bengali. Yo, the paperwork sector, word, because everybody want to do that, right? That's what we doing. We looking up court records. Nobody got a problem with it when other motherfuckers do it, so I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it too. We damn sure going to look at that motherfucking shit. Yeah, look up them court records, honey.
many people are
Shout out to Pacer.
depressed and confused. And we need a pastor that's doing the right
Shout out to
thing
the courts.
to get that suicide demon off your back. If you
But the
hire
courts
your
don't
pastor to
lie.
get the suicide demon off a person's back, if he can't leave the vagina alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he can't pray and get that lust off of him.
The difference in our paperwork, loungers, the difference in our paperwork is authentic, okay? We're not out here lying on shit and showing y'all little screenshots and like, look, y'all, look at this website and all this. No, we ain't gotta do that. We're gonna show exactly what the fuck this paperwork coming from.
And from my personal experience, when I'm in prayer,
Taco
when I
Spingali.
pray a lot, I'm strong. And when I'm not in prayer and I'm this or I skip or I'm gone too long from talking to the Creator, talking to God, then I'm weak and my old ways come back, you know, or the simple ways come back. So as a pastor, he's supposed to be fasting, he's supposed to be in prayer, you know, a constant relationship with God because he has so much to fight up against. So that's why it's important that if you're feeling human and you feeling weak and you can't get your personal life under control, it's okay to say, I'm going to step down, I need a break. It's okay. Because if you don't do that, then you now, you're flock astray. It's like the blind leading the blind man. You know?
Yeah.
So that's my feeling, my opinion,
I agree.
my personal opinion about it. You know, I don't condemn him. You know, I don't think he should be in this situation because we are human. We all make mistakes and know the type of person that he's dealing with. You know, at some point, you know, consequences are supposed to come. You know, she was young. She's been doing this and getting away with it for a long time. But that's between you and God and that legal system down there. You know, but so I don't do the person, you know, and that's why I said it's not my job to expose nobody or nothing like that. I have to have all that trauma. But that, you know, it's real out here. The devil is running rapid and it's real. And we need real pastors to uphold their oath. Really do.
I'm just like I said, I'm just glad that you were able to step in and take care of your grandson and give him a safe and secure environment. I'm just sorry this all happened to you, and I will never mention you publicly.
Well,
or anything.
That didn't happen.
Hear,
he didn't say her name, though.
So I know.
Yeah,
and we don't know the son's
you
new name. We know his first name is Michael.
Nothing.
Never named nothing. We want y'all to be at peace. Like you said, you want a peace over there.
Well, I just want to leave you alone. I just want to leave y'all alone. And the farther away she is from y'all, the better.
Facts.
Well, I'm sorry that you encountered her. I really am. But
I deal with her. She'll be dealt with. She'll be dealt with. Yeah, she's gonna be dealt with, but the right way, just like you did her the right way. You did things the right way when you could have just tore her tail up and sent her packing. But you dealt with her in the courts the right way. Unfortunately, it cost you a pretty penny. But now I know that she ain't got pot no wonder. I ain't worried. She just
okay then. All right, y'all be blessed. I'm about to go on my sister.
Okay, you go check.
Send me your cash app.
Okay, so that was basically the end of that. Okay, she said everything, and now they were just kind of like exchanging Cash App, and then they ended the conversation. So that was the conversation from Michael's grandmother, which is the child of Breaking the Culture. Okay, this was 2 years ago when this video was created. And so this was, the child was, I believe, she said Aiden was 14 at the time, which is the one that's older than this child. And this child was 12 at the time. Okay, so now he's about 14 and Aiden is about 16. Okay, so these are the two children that Breaking the Culture is claiming do not exist, yet they do. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and salute to Slander. I appreciate you. You said salute to T-Pre in the chat. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a separate video because I actually got to go. I'm going to do a separate video We're going to look up these actual cases. We're going to see whether or not there is a case. Like I said, I did see paperwork. I did see paperwork. I would say back in July, maybe July, somewhere around there. I had gotten some paperwork on Breaking the Culture and allegedly these charges and with these kids, this situation. And I didn't really do my, due diligence in looking into it because I didn't believe it, right? And like I said, I had said I would need like a move from God to really believe this shit. And when I heard this interview, it was enough for me to believe it. Like it was definitely enough because she was able to corroborate a lot of things that Breaking the Culture had already shared with me, right? So, why wouldn't this? The only thing she didn't share was the children. That was the only thing I didn't know about. Everything else I was aware of. All of this other stuff. You said she does not have any real respect for any relationship she says she has. It's dust in the wind. I'm just saying. And that's very, very clear, right? You said she has no friends or allegiances. Look at what she's doing to Pro now. Or so she now says she never shared the AFW space with Transcript or had a real relationship with her. Yep. And in all honesty, they were friends. But because Let Me See Your Transcript was not believing her bullshit, she turned on Let Me See Your Transcript. And it was the same thing that happened to me because I was not believing her bullshit. And because I was pushing back on her and questioning her over this shit, she now turned on me. It's a pattern. She does this shit all the time. You can't make this shit up. And it's funny how that all came out like literally to the sector. I didn't have to make nothing up. I didn't have to pretend nothing. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to act. I didn't have to jump up and down. I don't have to go on and get validation from y'all niggas. I don't give a fuck. Like, really? I'm just going to tell the facts. We're going to present that. So we'll be back later to definitely check on that shit. What, Code Fam in the building? Oh, shit, I done brought everybody out the motherfucking clouds. Look at this shit here. You said, I can't get nothing done around y'all. It's so crazy, but it's entertaining. Just saying, right? Just saying. You said Slander 100. You said TC Facts. Should be wild. And Rizzy, my nigga. What's up, Code Fam? You said, what's up, T-Pre in chat? Man, we done got Code Fam out the cloud, y'all. We done got Binary out the goddamn clouds on this shit. Because we know that we present motherfucking facts over this bitch. You said T-Pre about to do breaking like Black Ink Crew did Sky, okay? Listen, y'all, we out of here. We'll be back later on. Like I said, if I'm not on tonight, I will definitely be on early in the morning because we're going to get this Breaking the Culture bullshit out the way, honey. We not fucking with this bitch. We're going to go ahead and bury this bitch 10 feet under, and we're going to leave this bitch down there in the motherfucking dirt. She can keep coming up out the dirt if she want to, but she going to be right in that motherfucking dirt, okay? We're going to keep that bitch there. You said, I'm talking about anti-taco migali, but breaking no tricks too. Right. Breaking no tricks and anti-taco migali, okay? We're going to go ahead and do this shit today. Happy fucking 420, motherfuckers. Y'all put y'all motherfucking blunts in the air today. Make sure that y'all subscribe as well. Make sure that y'all share this show, okay? Subscribe, and share, so everybody can get this in the algorithm. I am not privating this particular video, okay? I am not privating this video at all. As a matter of fact, I didn't private the other two either, all right? So we're going to keep all of this stuff up for a little while, and then we're going to do the final expose of the actual court cases. Let's see what's going on. And then as long as this motherfucking bitch leaves the motherfucking bitch alone, okay? Leaves the pre alone, I will not keep releasing the Kraken on this hoe. But I got a lot of other shit that I could release on this bitch too, okay? But we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure y'all, again, hit that like Diggable is telling y'all. Make sure that y'all are smoking today and make sure that y'all subscribe. You said smoke one for my boring old ass. Okay. And Beautiful, what's happening? All right, guys. I appreciate you, Beautiful, for being in the building. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all. And shout out to everybody that came out of the clouds and all of y'all. I appreciate Darrell for the super chats. And again, I will talk to you guys later. Peace, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. We may be on again tonight.